This week, in East Hampton, New York, the brutal murder of a multimillionaire in his own cushy bed begins an investigation that makes international news with many suspects, including his ex-wife and her new blue-collar boyfriend. Welcome to Small Town Murder. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmy Wisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another absolutely crazy edition of Small Town Murder. This is wild, wild stuff that we have for you today. This is like seeing in the window of a mansion and seeing dirty stuff that's going on. It's weird as... it's for all of us regular people, this is a... crazy story, and it's an interesting thing. We will get to that. First of all, shutupandgivememurder.com. Head there right now. Tickets for live shows. Get your tickets for the virtual live show. If you're listening to this the day it comes out, like on Wednesday night, it's Thursday, October 30th. There it is the day. It's the day before Halloween. It's available for 2 weeks after that, too. So if you listen to this late and you go, I missed it, you didn't miss it. You can still buy it and get it. It's just like a regular live show, except you can watch it anywhere in the world with internet. We'll have the screen and the jokes and the pictures, and we'll be wearing costumes, too, because it's Halloween, so let's look like idiots. What do you say?
Evidently what we do.
That's what we do here. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and also get some tickets. Well, we just released a few. I think there's still a couple left for Philadelphia in December. DC is sold out. So thank you for doing that. That is shutupandgivememurder.com. Right. Also, listen to our other two shows, Crime in Sports, where we have a very in-depth, awesome series going on about Billy Martin right now, the crazy ex-Yankee manager. And also listen to Your Stupid Opinions, where we make fun of people's reviews of everything and anything from all over the internet. That's a lot of fun. Then get yourself Patreon. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports, just like the name of that show you should be listening to. That's where you get everything, all the bonus material. Anybody $5 a month or above, you're going to get everything that we offer. Hundreds of episodes of bonus stuff immediately upon subscription for binging. New ones every other week. One Crime in Sports, one Small Town Murder, and you get them all, baby.
Every bit of it. This
week, we're going to talk about, for Crime in Sports, drama behind team relocations. When teams move cities, that makes people crazy. And there's been a lot of drama, teams sneaking off in the middle of the night so nobody notices. It's wild.
Back the bus.
Then for Small Town Murder for Halloween, we're going to do the top haunted place in every state. There's multiple lists I've seen out, so we'll make fun of how, some of them are creepy and some of them are just silly. So stupid. So we'll make fun of all of that and more. That is patreon.com/CrimeInSports. And you get all the shows, Small Town Murder, Crime and Sports, and Your Stupid Opinions, all ad-free with your Patreon as well. And that's not enough. You get a shout-out at the end of the show where Jimmy will mess your name all up.
Absolutely.
So you can't beat it. So do that. It's the best $5 you'll ever spend. That said, disclaimer time. This is a comedy show. We are comedians. The murders are insanely real, unfortunately. Everything that we say is factual. Nothing is made up for comedic effect or any silly stuff like that, because you don't have to.
No.
The murders we pick are so crazy, they make their own comedy in the stupidity of a murderer that we'll make fun of, or if a police force obviously lets a murderer go and then they kill more people, we'll make fun of that. There's a lot of stuff to make fun of here. But what we don't do, what we never make fun of, is we never make fun of the victim or the victim's family.
Why, James?
Because we're assholes, but we're not scumbags. See, it's real easy how that works there. So if that sounds good to you, you're going to hear a wild, wild story. If you think true crime and comedy should never, ever go together, we could possibly not be for you, but I think maybe you should give it a shot and see what you think. Either way, no complaining later. That said, I think it's time to sit back, everybody. Let's all take a deep breath here and arms to the sky. Let's all shout. Shut up and give me murder. Let's do this, everybody.
Okay.
Let's go on a trip, shall we? We're going to New York this week.
Nice place.
It's not, well, this is a really nice place we're going to. We're going to East Hampton, New York.
Where's that?
Which is, it's actually, this is...
Hamptons?
The Hamptons. This is way out on the end of Long Island.
Oh, wow.
This is where the richest of the rich people have houses. Not where they live.
No.
Where they spend summers and weekends.
Get the fuck out of there.
And things like that. This is... hedge fund manager, billionaires.
Billy Joel.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Where this takes place this week, Seinfeld's house is on the next block.
Oh.
So, I mean, we're talking people with hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars live here. It's crazy stuff. This is actually, it happened in East Hampton Village, but that's inside East Hampton, so that doesn't really matter. It's just a smaller part of East Hampton. It's, like I said, eastern tip of Long Island, about 2 hours to New York City. It's a trek over there. About 2 hours and 15 minutes to Chappaqua, New York, our last New York episode, Murder by Moonlight. Back in early June, I believe. That was a crazy one. This is in Suffolk County out here, area code 631 and 934. The motto here is, quote, America's most beautiful village.
So stay out, riffraff.
Yeah. Well, unless you're going to do my landscaping or something, stay out. That's the thing. The people that actually live here are the people that service all of these rich people. Those are the people that live here. So the stats are kind of interesting. Little bit of history here. The village of East Hampton, founded in 1648 by Puritan farmers.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. The community was based on farming with some fishing and whaling.
Sure.
Yeah, there's no more farming going on out here.
Or much whaling, right?
No, it's illegal now.
Oh,
Can't whale anymore.
All right. Well, then, yeah.
There's like 2 countries on Earth that whale, and it's like Japan and Faroe Island. Literally, those are the only 2 countries that whale.
Does Alaska allow some still a little bit?
It's America. I doubt it. I think
like the northern, native area. Probably,
yes,
right?
I think they have. Just if there's actually people going out with a fucking harpoon, they probably let a tribe of people do that or something like that. But you can't go like a big fishing boat and go out there and shoot them.
I don't think they're trapping them. I think
they're
like if a
native
pod
tribes
comes in,
and
they have
go
to
ahead.
do something.
You've been doing that for thousands of years. Go ahead and keep doing it. So now whales that washed up on the beach were butchered, and whales were hunted offshore with rowboats. A lot of times manned by Montauk Indians.
Really?
So that's how that. Yeah, that's how it went down.
What Montauk is named after. That makes sense.
Everything here is named after a tribe. From Wappingers, it's the Wappinger tribe. Same thing. It was the 1910s and 20s that they started building the luxury estates. And that's when it became a big deal.
Really?
Oh, yeah. This.
They figured out summer's pretty fucking nice.
Well, yeah, the summer by the beach. And, wow, we got a beach over here. We probably shouldn't just be farming
really
on it.
And a really great beach.
Oh, it's beautiful out there. Beautiful out there. Reviews of this town. Here we go. Here's 5 stars. I have lived in East Hampton all my life, so for 18 years.
Oh, an 18-year-old.
So this is an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
East Hampton is where I grew up. We knew that. You just said you lived there your whole life. That means you're
going to say the same thing over and over again?
So you're either really rich or you hate rich people.
Right,
one of the 2. Went to school, made friends, and learned so much. East Hampton is located in a beautiful area at the end of Long Island, and I wouldn't want to live Anywhere else.
Yeah.
That's right.
And this shit's super flat, right? There's not a
no,
fucking
it's a beach.
hill.
No.
This is amazing.
There's no flat. There's no hills over here. Here's 3 stars. I love the beaches in East Hampton. They are beautiful and are always protected by lifeguards in the summer.
Oh.
Imagine with these people paying taxes.
Shit.
There should be a lot of lifeguards. Teams should be the old like Baywatch teams.
Yeah.
Just smoking hot chicks in bikinis and big muscular guys.
How many beaches you been on the West Coast? Have you ever seen a fucking lifeguard?
I'm not a beach guy. I like a rocky beach. I like a hoodie wearing beach.
I never see those. Those towers are everywhere.
I guess.
They've never got a person.
No. Here they do.
They got them.
Here they got teams.
Wow.
So you always feel safe going into the water. Although the traffic is crazy since summer, it's always hard to get around.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. People in this town. Here we go. Population of East Hampton is 27,626. In East Hampton Village, it's about 1,500.
Wow.
And so that's like kind of the southern part of East Hampton. More women than men, because these are a lot of wealthy people, too, that the women will outlive the men here. Sure. It's 52% women, 52.2% women. Median age is older than the norm. It's 46.7. Again, money usually takes you longer to make it. Yeah. That makes sense.
This is the south side of the island?
The East Hampton Village is. East Hampton itself is just kind of the end of the island there. 59% married.
Wow.
So all these stats, it's so rich, basically. Very few people are single with children. It's too expensive to get a divorce here.
Yeah.
It's just too expensive.
It costs you half.
Listen.
Half of what I had when I got divorced wasn't a lot.
No, this is like half. They're like, we're just going to stay. The house is pretty big. You take that side, I'll take this side. We're living in a 6,000 square foot house. We don't need to get a divorce.
Half of that fortune is 5 times what one person dreams of making.
Yeah, exactly. Race in this town, 73.7% white, 2.5% black, 1.9% Asian, 20.9% Hispanic. The religion here, 72.6% religious.
No shit.
Yeah, I guess if you had millions of dollars, you'd believe in there must be a God.
Yeah.
They're providing for me. I'm being provided for. And a whopping 60% of the people here are Catholic.
Is that right?
As we know, Catholics are
Yeah,
the Baptists of the North. There we go. Here, average unemployment rate here, median household income here is $125,861.
They're doing great.
They're doing great, but that's not like the summertime
Right.
residents that make the millions and millions.
Sure.
That's the people that live here. Cost of living, though, is tough. That's the problem. Cost of living everywhere in the country is 100. That's average. Here it's 147.
Golly.
The housing is, this is out of 100 now. 100 is average. 623. Median home cost here, $1,237,400.
Oh, dear Lord.
And I think that's actually low when we do this because, you know what? If we've convinced you, damn it, you've done well in life. Your hedge fund is really cooking and blossoming. We have for you the East Hampton, New York Real Estate Report. Average 2-bedroom rental here, you need some roommates, $2,820.
Oh, golly.
Which is like Manhattan prices.
$3,000 a month.
Here is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 360 square feet.
It's
It's a room.
That? Yeah.
It's a big room. It's a condo, a very tiny
10 by
condo.
30.
Sort of near the water, but really tiny. $595,000 for that.
Wow.
360 square feet.
I guess that's just a getaway for somebody?
No, that's for someone who works there.
Oh,
Nobody
probably,
who has
right?
money would go stay in this hole. It's
No.
it's literally a fucking depressing room. It looks like one of those places where like if you're in like a foreign country but you're like a dignitary or something, but you get arrested, they don't put you in jail, they put you in like an office room. Like that's what it feels like. Like I'm not allowed to leave, but it's not like prison.
Yeah.
You know, there's a real bed and a TV, but I
10
can't
by
leave.
30 seems big enough to like dress it up and make it, you know what I mean, with a bathroom and a small kitchen in
That's
there. You
tiny.
could make it a little like a cabin, I guess.
That is rough. Here's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 665 square foot.
Twice.
Little tiny house. It's
Two times that other one.
nice inside, but little tiny house, and it's like among mansions. It's someone had a little tiny property that
they're
never
holding
sold it. $1.3 million
For
665 square feet. Built in 1940, this house was, back when they were building cottages.
Yeah.
So it's an original. Then finally, 8-bedroom, 12-bath.
All right.
T-bowl for each and every B-hole. Invite some B-hole friends over. 13,176 square feet.
Wow.
On 3.6 acres directly on the water.
3 acres of the water.
3.6 acres
Yeah.
directly on the water, private
Yeah.
beachfront, gorgeous, insane.
25.
$84,900,000.
$4 million.
Billionaire housing, that is. I have
How can
$300 fucking billion dollars. I'm going to buy this.
That's crazy.
That's insane. That's absolute insanity. Think about that.
I can't wrap my head around
I
it.
can't either. $84,900,000.
Holy shit.
That's it feels like you should be able to buy a basketball team for that much, right? But you
that's-
can't anymore. But
well,
still,
no, the guy that owns that probably owns a basketball team also.
you'd have
Yeah,
to. That's
yeah.
that's who lives here. People like that. I mean, who the hell can buy $85 million for a house? It's crazy.
I can't even wrap. I can't.
That's like the gross
understand
domestic
it.
product of
Yeah.
Luxembourg. It's just your house. Like, that's
I can
ridiculous.
Google that. That's a fascinating thought.
Oof.
Ooh.
Things to do here. Okay. We have first of all, the film festival.
You're right.
They have a East Hampton film festival, the Hamptons International Film
I'm
Festival.
tired of going to Tribeca.
I'm like, I'm tired of this.
It's a 2-hour drive.
We're out here. Entertain us. It's held over 5 days in mid-October. So maybe they hold it to try to get some of the people to come back for October a little bit, maybe for the business there. They have kind of stuff like that. They also have the Tuesdays at Main Beach music series.
Okay.
So every Tuesday you show up at this beach and they have a different,
In the summer.
They have a different band. Yeah, this is all summer long. We have, let's see, starting in, what is this? Starting.
They're getting good acts.
Oh, no, they're not.
No?
Well, maybe I don't know any of these acts. Jetty Coon.
Nope.
K-O-O-N? With Hot Lava?
Yeah. No.
No. Lynn Blue Band?
Nope.
How about the Conga Cartel?
There's a problem. These people have so much money. Why are they hiring this?
I don't know why they don't. I mean, I'm sure we know Ludacris is available. He's if you're having a county fair, he's Nelly. You can get Nelly in there.
Yeah.
Sarah Conway.
No.
Maybe Conway Twitty's.
Jimmy Conway's kid?
I don't know. Loan sharks, not like they're loaning you money, but Lone.
L-O-N-E, right.
Loan sharks.
Plural?
Plural loan.
Make it make sense.
Our new gang is called the Lone Wolves. That's what it is. We're getting our jackets, man. Lone Wolves, baby.
That was the joke in Airheads that they were the Lone Rangers.
The Lone Rangers. Yeah, that's the point.
That's
it's
impossible.
The dumbest thing ever. 4-track.
Okay.
Maybe they're just very old.
Is there 4 of them?
And that's what they use. Maybe.
Yeah.
Nancy Atlas.
Okay. No.
Holiday Ramblers.
I can't fucking believe this.
This is crazy. The Holiday Ramblers. Hello Brooklyn, which is a Beastie Boys song. Right. Hoodoo Loungers. Who do? Hoodoo.
Hoodoo. Okay.
Hoodoo Loungers.
Hoodoo Loungers. Okay. So
and then a obvious Saved by the Bell reference also. The Bayside Tigers.
Is that right?
Which is the Saved by the Bell High School.
That's hysterical. I like that one. I'd listen to
That's pretty
them.
funny. Reeb, R-E-E-B, which is, I think, like Reba McEntire's new rap act she's trying to put together. Just Reeb.
Yeah.
Shortening it up. For the
kids.
kids.
The kids watch.
The attention spans. The attention spans are low. Reba Mac, it's too much to say.
Just Reeb.
The Inner Roots will be there.
Oh.
You heard of them?
Nope.
Okay. You said, I was like, yeah, maybe.
We're getting close to bands,
something.
though.
Dirty Organic.
Uh-huh.
And the Rum Punch Mafia.
I seriously can't believe this.
So they have the Rum Punch Mafia and the Conga Cartel.
Yeah,
they should put them together. They'd fight probably.
Yeah.
Then the Cherry Bombs also will be there.
So they're doing some punk rock or something.
I guess. Someone called Winston Irie, which I assume is a reggae act.
Yeah.
That's all I can think. And Rubik's with an X, Cube with a K.
No.
Cool, man.
Stop.
All caps. That's got to be techno. That sounds like electronic shit, definitely.
I'm so mad.
And then Hot Lava will be there.
They opened the show.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
gonna
Hot
wrap it
Lava's
up at
there.
the end,
That's
too.
right. They're going to do both.
All right.
Crime rate here, what we're interested in.
I'm beside myself. That's all summer?
That's all summer long.
Annoying.
But that's probably for like local beach trash. Rich people aren't going down to mingle. Yeah, so this is like...
We're making Billy Joel play tonight. If that shit's
forcing
happening.
him. Yeah,
I'm knocking on his door. Get out
I'm
here.
gonna say he's probably playing at some party somewhere anyway, and go to
Reeb's annoying me, Billy.
Yeah,
get out of here.
Crime rate in this town, what we are interested in, it should be non-existent in this town. Really, property crime is about 1/3 under the national average.
Still too high.
There's a lot of shit to steal, though.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Violent crime, murder, rape, robbery, and of course assault. The Mount Rushmore of crime is less than half the national average, as it should be. There. So that said, let's talk about some murder here, because this is wild stuff. Okay, let's start out with a man. Let's talk about a man here. Robert Theodore. I know what you're thinking. Yeah. Not Bundy.
No.
I saw Jimmy's face. He's like, oh,
name,
shit.
Right?
Yeah. Robert Theodore Ammon, Ammon. Goes by Ted.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
If you're Robert Theodore, you're Ted.
Yeah.
Almost similar age, too. He's born August 30th, 1949. So similar. I think Bundy's born, 44?
Was he that?
I want to say.
Was he older then?
I want to say 44, 45 he was born, something like that. So same area, same generation. His parents are Robert, not Senior. They have different middle names. And Betty Lee is his mom. Nice. He's got a sister named Sandy with an I. Yeah. That's important. Sandy with an I. Sandy. His dad was a sergeant in the U.S. Army during World War II.
Oh.
So he was born to
military shit, yeah.
Dad was in the war type shit. Well, at least also Dad's seen some shit, so Dad could be. Usually those guys are tough.
Dad gets some grace around here.
Yeah. Dad has a couple drinks when he comes home and might smack somebody once in a while, but he had to fight Hitler, so he let it go.
So we let him have the piece of chicken.
We let him go. Yeah, he gets he gets the old Chris Rock joke there.
And the last piece of pizza, he gets everything.
That's all. You got to give it to Dad. Now, Ted is born at the Allegheny General Hospital on the north side of Pittsburgh.
Oh.
That's right. His dad was a steel executive, but not a hugely, back then, a steel executive, unless you were like one of the top
yeah.
few guys. Didn't make the kind of money that executives make now. Executives used to make 5 times what the average worker made. Now it's 7,000 times. So
he's doing fine, but he's not Carnegie.
No. He's still blue collar.
Yeah.
He's still blue collar. I think he worked his way up to this too, like a higher job in there. Now, Ted, when he's in the 8th grade, his father is transferred to East Aurora, New York, to run a whole steel plant. Now, East Aurora is just outside Buffalo. So it's cold. Going from Pittsburgh to Buffalo. So snow to more snow. Not a far move. It's really not. So Ted's father wanted him to follow in his footsteps, get a job in the steel industry at one of these companies and work his way up like he did, which is fine at that time. But if Ted chose to do that, it would all fallen apart for him. Because by the mid-'70s, the steel industry was falling apart. And nothing nowadays, they're find a job in the steel industry in America. It's not real easy to do. So that's kind of, he's lucky, Ted, that Ted wasn't interested in that because he would have found nothing but pain.
Is there a lot of steel being produced anymore?
Not like there used to be. No. Otherwise, it would have just been Allentown, basically. The Billy Joel again, Allentown song is what ended up happening to all that shit, to coal and steel and everything. So anyway, that's what he wanted. Ted, though, wanted to do something else. He had ambitions. He wanted to make money. He wanted to make money. And the blue collar thoughts aren't for make lots of money.
No.
It's go get yourself a good living. Look, I have a house. We have 2 cars.
You'll never starve.
I'll be able to retire. That's what you need to do to yourself. And that's especially that generation of the Depression and World War II and all that. They really thought like that. And the kids that came up after that, the baby boomers, were like, well, I'm going to make money. They had a different thought. So Ted would come home from school, do his homework, eat dinner every night at 6:30 exactly on the dot. Dinner had to be ready.
Wow.
His father coached his little league team, which is interesting. Ted's a tall guy. He's going to turn out to be 6'4", kind of a muscular, lean but muscular 6'4". He's a swimmer. On the swimming team, and he plays lots of sports. So, he's doing well. Now, they would go, their family, during the summer, there was a family-owned New Jersey shore house, so they go to the New Jersey shore for a while. They'd also go to Ames, Iowa, where they had family, and they would spend a couple weeks on their grandparents' farm sitting in the country. So Ted had a very much Leave It to Beaver kind of a life. Dad came home with a tie on at 5 o'clock, and, Mom had the house tidy, and very black and white, very Leave It to Beaver type of thing. I think he's about Beaver's age, too.
Wow,
In high school, he's on the football team and the swimming team. He's a real popular guy, got tons of pretty girlfriends.
All right.
He's a charismatic, successful, tall, athletic guy.
What else is there?
I mean, you're gonna get some trim in high school if you're like that. Sometimes that all falls apart for people later on, but Ted's ambitious. Now, Ted was like to work on things. He's their house's handyman.
Man's man.
He knows what to do. He likes to figure out how things work. He's real smart.
That's so fun.
Likes to take things apart, put it back together, figure out how to repair them.
Well, the take apart's easy.
That's the easy part. Anybody on a quarter gram of meth can do that. Putting it back together is the hard part. His mother and father were very proud of him. They said he would take a lot of pride in doing things without being told.
Oh.
So, they wouldn't have to tell Ted to do things. He'd just do things.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Where's Ted?
By the way, there's some stuff from a book here and some stuff from a very good investigative article also. So I'll give the names and titles and authors and all that later on too. Give them their due. So he didn't even like instruction manuals, Ted.
What?
He didn't want to do it. He said, well, that's cheating.
No.
That's cheating. You got to figure it out yourself.
That's how you put it together, right?
So that's more fun to learn it on your own.
If I don't read those, that's how I return shit.
I can't put shit together with instructions. You give me an IKEA desk and the instructions, 6 hours later, I'm taking it apart because I put it together backwards, and I don't know what I'm doing. I can't put shit together.
No. The top is upside down.
Oh, I'm so bad. It took me like 12 hours to put a desk together one day, and I was like, this is ridiculous.
I bought 2 cabinets from Wayfair, and those instructions are just as fucking hard.
They're ridiculous,
I built it, and I'm like, it's upside down, and then all you have to do is flip it over. I'm like, that's not right.
Okay, that's...
Like, it doesn't even look like the picture.
That certainly isn't Wayfair's fault. I think that's your fault.
That's a problem.
It's
yeah.
upside down.
It's definitely a problem.
Jesus Christ.
But it's not. I couldn't recognize why there was a problem, and there's the problem.
How many beers into the night were you?
Oh,
please tell me.
This is 11 a.m.
Oh,
no alcohol.
no.
This is just stupid me going, why is it backward?
Oh, no. Okay. I'm giving you all the outs I can. Like, blame alcohol? Nope. Anything else?
Stupidity.
Okay.
Just an absolute moron.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair. Jesus Christ. He liked doing shit that people thought was impossible a lot.
It is impossible to put it together without him.
Took it as a challenge.
Yeah.
He was chosen to be the anchor man of the swim team. So he's good at that. He ends up going to Bucknell University.
Where's Bucknell?
I'm not sure. I think it's in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. I can't remember.
Place, isn't it?
But I know every once in a while they make the basketball tournament.
Yeah.
And don't do very well, but they make it. I think they're a smart school.
Yeah.
10 majors in economics at Bucknell University, which is nothing like what his dad said to do. Go get an entry-level job and work your way up. He joined the Phi Gamma Delta frat.
Yeah.
Starting in his sophomore year. He's playing on the varsity lacrosse team.
Okay.
Knee-deep.
Doing it
in college poon.
Yeah.
He is
My
doing
God.
great.
Lacrosse too. So
lacrosse.
He's majestic.
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you about something delicious from Little Spoon.
Littlespoon.com.
Oh, you know that time, it's almost 6 o'clock. Kids are hungry. You're staring into the fridge, and you're like, what am I doing here?
This is going to take forever.
I have no ingredients. I have no plan to put a dinner together out of all this. Everybody's been there. We've all been. Parenthood's not easy, guys. It doesn't come with a full refrigerator and a plan for dinner. That's why you need to stop stressing over last-minute meals and start using Little Spoon. Today's episode sponsor, they deliver real food for babies, toddlers, and big kids straight to your door, so mealtime feels easy. The recipes are made with pediatricians, packed with hidden veggies. And somehow, the kids are going to love it. They don't know what's in there. They don't know they're getting vitamins. They think they're just getting deliciousness. So everything's made with real ingredients, no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or dyes. It's the rare combo of convenient and healthy. It is good stuff here, and it's available at Target. That's right. That's exciting. Little Spoon is now available at Target. So on your next diaper run, and you're sniffing candles, doing what you're doing in there, you can also grab baby and kid snacks, pouches, yogurt smoothies, and bars. Plus, Target has an exclusive frozen line. Think their cult favorite chicken nuggets, meatballs, and sliders. Find them in the snack and freezer aisles. We're obsessed with them because they're delicious. I love this stuff. I eat it myself. The nuggets are amazing. The dipping sauce, it's so good. Little Spoon is the mealtime hack parents can't stop talking about. Try their no-prep, nutrient-packed meals and snacks for babies, toddlers, and big kids. Get 50% off your first online order at littlespoon.com/smalltownmurder with the code smalltownmurder at checkout. That's littlespoon.com/smalltownmurder. And don't forget to use our show's code for 50% off your first order.
Now back to the show.
Then once he graduates, this is wild. He doesn't go to law school, okay?
No
law school, but yet passes both the bar exam in the United States and in England. Without going to law school.
I mean, the bar, it cites precedent and
people
cases.
That go to law school have to take it 2-3 times to pass it. He didn't go to law school and just pass these tests.
Wow.
I've heard of people doing that before, but you got to be pretty smart.
You've got to know what you're talking about and be learned.
Absolutely. He works at a couple law firms, kind of restless there. He marries a woman. He finds a woman named Randy Day.
So you can get a law license without going to school?
As long as you can pass the bar.
That's all it is. Just pass the bar.
Yeah, you pass the bar. I mean, it's going to be hard to get hired somewhere if they go, where'd you go to law school? And you go, I didn't. I just read a book.
I just crushed ass in this fucking...
That's more difficult.
This test was stupid.
But if you're really smart, they might take that as, you're like a Will Hunting type of deal. And they might want you. So Randy with 2 E's, Randy Day, they're married for about 9 years, from the early 70s to about 1980, 81-ish. And then they break up. Pretty amicable.
Sure.
They both got married pretty young in their early 20s and grew apart. They didn't have any kids.
Oh.
If you don't have any kids, a divorce is easy.
So easy.
Especially if you don't have any kids and you don't have like tons of assets to break up. You just go, so I get my shit.
Yeah.
Can I have the coffee table, I guess? Yeah, you get the TV.
Yeah.
That's it. You break up.
It's pretty great if you can do it amicably.
That's the thing. With no kids, it helps because that's where the acrimony comes in.
Right. Well, there's that, and then the one's still in love and the other one's clearly not.
If you
That's
have
fucked
that,
up. Yeah.
these two just grew apart.
That's
and
great.
They were like, this isn't working, right? So in 1979, he's 30. He joins the firm of Kohlberg, Kravis, Roberts.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Yes, and this is where they're going to do, he's doing a bunch of investment stuff now. He's going to get into like investment banking, which is where the money is.
Is it?
That's where everyone in the Hamptons is. It'd be investment bankers, hedge fund managers, all those guys, all that money shit that I can't figure out.
Yeah, I don't know what one is, but I've heard hedge funds are amazing.
I don't know. I don't think we're rich enough to know what that is. I don't think we have nearly enough money to know what a hedge fund is or to know how it works even more.
It just sounds like somebody that manages it gets all the money.
No shit. So he's a big, tall, successful, handsome guy making good money at this point. 1983, he becomes one of the youngest partners at Kohlberg, Kravis, Roberts and Company in their history. And was involved in a RJR Nabisco buyout. He was part of the negotiations of a $38 billion buyout merger type situation. So huge deal.
Sure.
That's one of those, if you make a big deal like that, everyone in that industry knows who you are. They know your name. They see it in the magazines.
And you just made a giant pile of cash.
Yep. So he's made a big pile of cash. He's a partner.
Yeah.
He is looking for a suitably...
Where do I live?
That's the thing. A suitably up to his standards apartment in Manhattan at this point.
Oh, get a 300 square foot joint out on the island.
Be the best. I know a place for you. No, he's going to move down to the village. It's still a shooting gallery down there. He's still going to go move down there. Really wants to live with junkies in a hovel. No, he's looking for a real nice midtown, around the park type of rich guy joint.
Nice.
So he sets up a call with a real estate agent to go look at some stuff here. Real estate agent is Generosa Jo Marie Legay Rand. That's her name.
That's a woman's name.
That's a woman's. Generosa.
Wow.
Generosa. Generosa.
And you said several other words.
This Jo Mary is her middle name. Legay, which is a family name, and then Rand is also part of her name. So that's part of her name. Those are two family names at the end. She's born March 22nd, 1956. That's 7 years younger than our guy Ted here. So they made the appointment for the early evening hour, like right after work, to look at an apartment in the low 90s, not in terms of price, in terms of street location, on the east side of Manhattan. So Upper East Side he's looking at right now.
Right by the park.
It's a little high, but
up above the park.
It's still the park's still there. The park ends 1/10 or whatever. So
it's at 1/10
before that, but it doesn't matter. It's Upper East Side, kind of old farty money type of place, but that's where nice stuff is too.
Yeah.
So he didn't show up for the appointment. He's busy and he forgets shit basically. So the next morning, he got a call at his office from the real estate agent Generosa, and she's pissed off.
Yeah.
She said, "Listen, this is bullshit.
Time.
Yeah, number one, don't waste my time.
Yeah.
I'm a busy person. Number two, it's rude to do that. Number three, you left me standing outside after dark in New York City in 1983, which is not safe to do for a single attractive woman, too. She's like a blonde, attractive 27-year-old or something. So she was pissed.
Yeah.
She's like, this is ridiculous. So he heard all this, and he's getting lit up on the phone by some lady he's never met before. Never met her, never saw her before.
Yeah.
But he said, you want to go out on a date with me?
I'm in love with you.
He said, I like your attitude. He liked it. He said, you didn't just say, hey, you want to come? He said, hey, fuck. She said, fuck you, by the way.
Will you leave these messages on my phone for the rest of my life, please?
I like getting my balls broken. But someone, she didn't take the shit. And he said, I like that.
Yeah.
And he said, let me take you out to apologize. Let me take you out on a date to apologize. Like I said, he never saw her before, so he has no idea what she even looks like.
Right.
And then he meets her, and she's slim and blonde and a little younger than him. And
smoke show.
Yeah, he's like, shit.
Boy, did I make the right choice.
Great. Yeah, that's why she's got attitude.
Yeah.
I guess he figured anyone with that attitude must be hot. He's like, I'm not hot enough to have that attitude. I don't know who is. She must be really, really confident in herself. So she told him, number one, she's very opinionated, very passionate person. She told him that this rental agent shit that I'm doing here, real estate stuff, this is just my day job.
Yeah?
I'm an artist.
Oh.
That's how it really is. I'm really an artist.
But that doesn't pay fucking bills,
No,
obviously.
obviously. So Now, a little bit about Generosa. Let's tell her a little of her story here, because she's got some backstory to her, boy. She is not from a stable environment like Ted is. Ted's from a very stable, leave it to Beaver, he is. I mean, think about that. So now she said that her and her older sister were raised by their single mother for a while anyway, we'll talk about, who was a church secretary named Marie-Therese Legay. That's where the Legay part comes in, and Rand will be her husband. Now, she says she was raised in Laguna Beach, California, but that's also kind of at different times. When she was 10, her mother died of brain cancer.
Dang.
I think she had breast cancer and brain cancer. Now, I guess when she was going through her mother's photo albums, she came upon a photograph of a blonde sailor.
Oh.
Not an American sailor.
What?
From somewhere else.
Okay.
On the back of the picture was one word written.
My love.
Generoso.
Where do I do that?
I have no idea. That's two words. And I think I was going to tell you in the next breath what it was anyway.
I assumed it was going to be like her dad. Wait.
Generoso.
Yeah.
If you just waited a second, you'd have got that.
I wouldn't have even put that together.
No. Generoso is the man's name.
Oh.
Which is also her name.
Yeah.
So she goes, wait a second.
Yeah.
How the fuck do we have the same name? And her older sister said, okay, didn't want to tell you this, but our mom banged a guy in Italy. Guy in Italy named Generoso. She realized she was pregnant and decided to keep the baby anyway.
Wow.
So that's you're a quickie Italian sailor affair, who she named after the man.
Amazing.
Yeah. So apparently he was in town, and at her Long Beach apartment, they had a very passionate, week-long affair.
Wow.
So she went to see him off at the dock, and all of this, and he had the photo of him in the uniform, and gave her an address. The next month, she's pregnant. She wrote him. He never answered. Wrote her again. Wrote him over and over again. Never received an answer from him. So either
great guy.
he drowned in the Italian Navy, or
he did not.
He's just
want
like,
to put up with a
I'm
baby.
gonna not talk to this lady. All right. Can they enforce the child support from Long Beach?
No.
No.
All right.
Hey, you see you crumple and in the garbage. Yeah, there we go. All right.
It's so good.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Poor lady.
Singing "Time to Say Goodbye" to him. So, so there she was. Generosa was born.
Yeah.
And she was married, her mom.
Oh.
So she gave the baby her husband's last name, Rand, because it was just easier, basically.
Wow.
He's a married woman, and, she doesn't live with her husband, but it looks better if it looks like her husband knocked her up, especially in the 50s.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So she started raising the daughter, but she's a big hard partier, and because she already had 3 kids when she was banging Generoso in the apartment. So the family didn't use Generosa's first name, which is interesting. They always called her Joe.
Oh.
Her middle name is Joe Mary, one word, J-O Mary.
Wow.
And they just called her Joe.
Okay.
Her whole family. But then everyone else calls her Generosa later on. So her and her sister become very close, and they have to be close because their mother would go off for days at a time and just leave them alone. So they had to huddle up and figure it out for themselves.
Fascinating.
So, but then when she ends up dying, she says that, she felt abandoned by her mother.
Yeah.
Not only because she died, but because she was abandoning all the way up until dying.
Yeah.
She believed that her mother had resented her from birth because she was illegitimate and kind of put a cloud over everything. She had to give her a different last name and lie about where she came from and all that. So she always thought her mother didn't want her and also didn't protect her. And Generosa said, I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to be some fucking bum lady who's, looking for some guy to take care of her. I am going to make money.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a somebody. I'm going to be a somebody.
Good for her.
So,
That's amazing to get that life lesson out of that.
And if I have kids, I'm not going to be a shitty mother, she said. She said,
Imagine
I'm
living,
protect my kids.
Imagine living a very repressed life and then dying of all those cancers together. At least that lady seems like she lived it up for a minute.
I was going to say, I don't think she lived a repressed life at all.
No, that's
Mom.
what I mean.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, Mom lived to the fullest.
She had to, and she didn't even know she had to.
No, she did. Otherwise, She decided basically later on that her mother's death was actually a good thing.
Yeah.
she said later. She would tell people later on that it was the best thing that ever happened to her mother dying, which is insanely weird.
I mean, being content with enclosure is fine, but don't go with that.
She said it actually, quote, was the answer to her prayers.
Oh, my God.
She didn't want to be part of that. Now, within a while after this, her uncle and his new wife ends up taking them in.
Yeah.
She's about 10 years old. Yeah. They go to live with the uncle and aunt. I guess their aunt was a lawyer. The uncle is the relation. The aunt is just married to the uncle here. Sure. This is to go in Emerald Bay, which is a community on the coast just north of Laguna Beach.
Nice.
And we were just there for the show, the Irvine
nice.
Improv. That's a really nice area.
That's awesome.
Because we stayed in Laguna Beach. It was gorgeous.
Awesome.
So really nice houses. It's beautiful. The views of the Pacific Ocean.
They're crazy.
Problem is, during this, and we don't know what the truth or whatever, but apparently the uncle has started, the aunt, both of them, there was molestation going on in this house. Like repeated molestation going on here, which is not great. At the same time, after a little while, they end up being in a foster home after that, which makes it better than being molested.
So were they, that's a fascinating development.
Yeah, her and her sister, because there's 4 kids, but her and her sister are the ones of this around the same age, so they get shipped around together, her and her sister Dolly. By the time she was 17, she told her friend, when she's 17, she'll later tell a friend that her older sister was killed by a hit-and-run driver.
Is that right?
That's what she'll say. Yeah. And she said her sister was her only protection against an abusive home life, because she said her sister was older and was a little more, would protect her. So she ends up enrolling in college, actually. She goes to the University of California at Irvine.
Wow.
And just basically doesn't talk to the adopted family anymore, where there was may or may not have been molestation. She graduated in 1981 from college and came to New York all by herself and found work as a real estate apartment agent. So that's what she was doing.
You get molested near the beach, that'll make you hate the fucking beach.
I guess
I
so.
will move in a minute. She polar opposite.
Yeah, the smell of salt water is going to really give you bad fucking vibes going on.
Yeah.
So this is starting out on the low part of the ladder here. To be a rental agent in New York, you want to be selling big apartments. That's where the money is. So anyway, that's who Ted has found.
Unbelievable.
Generosa, and he likes her. So he likes her so much that in February of 1986, they get married. He's ready to go. 3 years.
Fast,
3 years. It's not bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 83 they met. They lived on 5th Avenue at 75th Street, which is park, right on the park. That's fucking
5th Avenue.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the spot you want to live in if you live in New York, man. Then they bought a townhouse on East 92nd Street between 5th and Madison Avenues as well. So
Eat your heart out, Mom.
Yeah, Upper East Side.
Right.
That is nice shit. Yeah, so that's within the park.
Yeah.
They said the 90s is still the park and all that shit. So it's not bad at all. Ted starts making huge money. That's what he's doing this whole time in the 80s. All this go-go yuppie 80s investment banking bullshit. He is, he jumped on a train that was moving. It's like, where are we going? To fucking Moneyville.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, really? You didn't even know it was going there. There's no way to know that, but that's where he is.
Great, that's where I wanted to go.
Great. Oh, Moneytown? Perfect. So, and he was very successful at KKR, the company, going from deal to deal and crushing shit. One of his colleagues said about Ted, he has 700 ideas at a time. 697 of which are completely ridiculous, and 3 of which are totally brilliant that no one thought of yet, that's kind of how people are, successful people. They said that it wasn't even the money that was the end game. He had a ton of money and was doing great. So at this point, it was the way you put a deal together is what he was into. He was into that. He's into the nuts and bolts and details of all that kind of shit. And then at the end, you get a big fat paycheck too.
It's pretty nice.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They said that even when he became the company's point man for R.J. Reynolds, after the mother of all, what is this? Oh, the mergers here. After the RJR Nabisco takeover, because it was those two things together. He became the point man for that. That's when he really made all the partners millions of dollars, and they love him.
When you said RJR a minute ago, I was like, I know what that big company is.
I know that. What is that?
R.J. Reynolds.
R.J. Reynolds, yeah. Now, Generosa, She doesn't have to show apartments anymore.
No.
So she is into art now.
Yeah.
She is going to be the Upper East Side art lady, basically. I'm going to make art. I'm going to get into the art community.
Okay.
And she's going to be a cool New York art lady. That's what she wants to be at this point. So she created wall sculptures from string and paper and shit she made to put up in her in the house, and she would fill the walls of their townhouse there. The problem is, if you're an artist, the walls of your townhouse is not where you want your work to be exhibited.
No, you want it in a fucking place.
You want it in a gallery, and no gallery will exhibit her work.
Why not?
Because it's not very good.
It's shit.
I would think.
Yeah.
If you're a real rich lady with connections and you're making art and nobody will put it up, it's because it's really bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. Because otherwise, if they would put it up, she'd probably make donations and everything else. One of her friends said she never did get her art shown anywhere.
Oh, no.
No, but still, Ted buys her a huge fucking loft in Soho. Now, back then, a huge loft in Soho was worth nothing.
Yeah.
It was worth nothing. Nowadays, that's millions and millions of dollars. But back then, that was just a fucking junky neighborhood by the water that nobody was terrifying after dark. That's all. So this was on West Broadway in Soho for an art studio. So she has this giant art loft. And
she can just put strings together.
yeah, this is back in the day where that's where people were squatting, was in old Soho lofts and old factories and shit, and turning them into art lofts and having parties and all famous things in these abandoned buildings. People would squat and have big art things. But she actually, is paying for it.
Hers, yeah.
One of her friends said she would play the role of the downtrodden artist, but she was in this glorious double loft with windows all along the side. She's in like Tom Hanks' place from Big, bitching. Yeah.
She's got a pinball machine
This
and a
is
trampoline.
crazy. What the fuck, man? You got a basketball hoop up. It's 10 feet, too. This is wild. Her friend said it was like Marie Antoinette with her sheep. Okay. Now, she would mingle with the other artists, people that were very cool and thought, as cool in the art world, because that's what she wanted to be.
Yeah.
She wanted to be cool.
Sure.
That's it. And then she would invite like these actual real like dirty art people from down in the village and down in Soho that actually do art and are in the community. She'd invite them up to the Upper East Side townhouse for dinner.
Yeah.
Which is a very different clash of
A
environments.
little fish out of water.
Yeah, but she wanted to impress them. But at the same time, that's not what impresses them.
No, so it's talent for art. That's what impresses them.
Or just a coolness or a weirdness or a quirkiness.
Yeah.
That's that New York art world's weird back then.
Yeah.
And even like Studio 54, which wasn't the art world, they liked weird people.
Yeah.
If you came up dressed like a freak they'd let you right in.
That's great.
They love that shit. You know what I mean?
The guy dressed like a bird just went in.
Yeah.
I'm in a suit and I can't get in. No.
This 85-year-old lady just showed up. Let her in. You know what I mean? Weird things like that they like. They like weird shit.
In
She's
a
not
meat suit.
Shit you can just buy isn't cool.
Right.
That's why it wasn't, they didn't really kiss like investment bankers' asses in Studio 54. They kissed stars' asses, people that had talent and shit like that.
Shit you can't buy.
Shit you can't buy. You can't buy that. Her friend said on the one hand, she wanted to be part of this artistic group, but she also wanted it known that she was the wife of a rich guy and could pull the strings.
Yeah.
Can't have it both ways, babe. That's the problem.
Hi, I made this art. Great. It's terrible. Yeah, well, my husband's rich. Can you put it in your gallery?
No.
Absolutely not.
Meanwhile, everybody else is like, if I don't sell this painting, I won't be able to eat.
Right.
So it's different.
They're doing this to get rich.
Yeah.
They're already rich.
Well, they're doing it because they love art.
And that,
And then they also, that's their thing. And also they want to be cool. They like...
Yeah. They want to be Pablo Picasso.
They want to get a fucking weird haircut and have everybody kiss their ass while they smoke cigarettes. That's all they want,
Or they
really.
wear weird triangle glasses.
That's it. I'm convinced. I've never met an artist who that's not their end goal. Just to sit, look weird, and have people say how wonderful and quirky they are. Like, that's what I feel like. And that's because we have no artistic talent.
Yeah, because I can't draw shit.
Can't draw shit, can't play a lick of music. Comedy is not art.
No.
Stop saying comedy is art.
That.
It's not. Number one, if it was art, you'd stop bitching about it. So it's definitely not art. And number two, it's more like comedian's more like being a chef, I think. There's art to it. You have to create recipes, things like that. But in the end, you're a craftsman that's got to make something for the people that they like, or they ain't coming back.
Or they're not coming back, right?
So in the end, that's you're kind of like a chef.
There's
a chef
things that people love a specific artist, and there's paintings that person has painted. They're like, I don't like that one.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely,
and that's kind of what it is.
But the vibe of an artist is also
you'll still come back for his shit.
Yeah,
yeah.
The vibe of an artist is what makes them popular and what makes things. It's not just the work. That's the thing. It's the whole thing.
The aesthetic, the scarf.
So it's your scarf. It's your. How quirky are your glasses? What kind of clove cigarettes are you smoking, and are you doing it through one of those holder things? Because they look pretty cool.
And that hole in that hat is in the perfect spot.
Perfect spot. Tilted just to the left, just right. So this person said, I always found it strange that for a couple who was their age and with their money, they had this need to create a group. It was as if they didn't have real friends. They were always saying, invite anyone you want over. So they were trying to be cool and trying to get into a clique where it's like
buying their way in.
You're just be yourselves. Go have fun and be rich people.
Yeah.
Also, Generosa gets a bit snippy with people. She gets a little upset. Friends say here that she seemed to get angry at the slightest provocation.
Little bits.
She's a definite Goldie Hawn and Overboard situation here, where that's how she acts. She's mad at everybody.
Was this beluga?
Yeah. So they usually said anything, suspicion that someone was betraying her or rejecting her. Her friends said the minute that she felt rejection, she was like a woman out of control. A fear arose in her. It was almost like there was a trigger.
Yeah, she's got an abandonment issue.
Yes, exactly. And now she's got that, and she's got this giant ego of I have money.
I deserve the affection.
You can't be mean to me because I can buy and sell you. It's like that doesn't mean anything in social interactions.
And you didn't do that.
No. She said her friend said she would freak out.
Yeah.
She said, quote, we've all been upset, but when she does it, physically she's in your face with this kind of I'm going to get you, and there's no talking to her about it. They would get couple friends.
Yeah.
And as you know, being a couple, it's hard to find couple friends because you both have to get along.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
It's 4 people that got to get along.
That's tough. Yeah. So these couple friends they would make, Ted is an easygoing kind of guy and they liked him and stuff, but then she would cut them off. Generosa would cut them off. They described it as feeling iced out, one couple said. They said that one friend said she provoked an outburst from Generosa when she declined Generosa's invitation to be a summer-long house guest at one of their houses. She had other shit to do.
Yeah, come stay at our summer house all summer long.
I got other stuff to do.
Then get out of my life.
You piece of shit, traitorous, treacherous bitch.
I never want to see you again.
That's what it was.
What?
One friend that talked to her almost every day said suddenly the friendship was over. Every day they talked.
Wow.
She said a year or so later, just after they'd stopped talking, she saw Generosa at a benefit and approached her to say hello, just because she knows her. She said Generosa freaked out and said, get away from me. You get away from me. Yeah. She just chose something that she was mad at her for.
And that's it, forever.
This lady didn't even know why.
Yeah.
She didn't understand it. They said that her friends would wonder, why the hell does Ted put up with this shit?
Yeah, that's why.
She must be much different to him. But then also people would say that she seemed manipulative and controlling with him too. One said, I think because there was a vulnerability to her which he could see, and that made him feel more secure. Now, Ted also described to his friend that living with her was like walking on eggshells, trying to avoid the next explosion. So he's just trying to keep her happy. Which, when someone constantly is bursting into flames, it's tough to keep putting them out. It helps if you have millions of dollars.
Oh, that'll put out some flames here and there.
I'm blah, 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 blah. Hey, look for a new fucking loft. And so, go buy that. Go get whatever. Oh, yeah, a new car.
Yeah.
If that's what they're into, then you can, kind of placate them with that, I guess. They would spend weekends in Bedford, New York, which is north of the city. It's you pass it when you go to Terrytown down there and stuff. It's very nice, very wealthy. I spent about a week there in high school because one of my friends went to a private school because he played hockey, and he got a scholarship there. One of his friends from school, his parents went away for like 2 weeks, so we just all stayed at this kid's fucking mansion.
Wow,
it was wild. It was the first time I'd ever been to a house with more than one refrigerator, and I was like, "This is the greatest."
You got food in both of those,
dude. I was looking in the fridge, and he goes, "There's another one in the basement." I went, "Huh?
What's down there?"
And he goes, "No, there's a big ass fridge and it's full." And me and my friend looked at each other. We ran down to the basement and opened. We were like, "Oh my, there's more food here than there is up there." This is more food than I had in my house for fucking years. And we had food. I mean, but it was like, this is awesome. That was the greatest thing I've had. A pool. It was so fucking cool. It was great. Couldn't even, like, they had rooms, or it wasn't even like anyone's bedroom. It was just a room. It's like, this is amazing.
There's no space over here.
No one sleeps in here. This is crazy.
This is warmed and cooled, and there's carpet.
No one farts this up in the middle of the night. This is awesome, man.
You just climate control a whole room for nothing.
It was crazy. We were just like, this is insane, man. So they would spend weekends there. It's outside the city, where Generosa becomes a serious horse rider, winning some ribbons. And
here you go. Now you found your talent.
You're good at this.
Yeah.
She participates in shows all the way down in Florida. And as we know, Florida from the one episode.
Dressage and shit.
Dressage capital of the world. By a point here in the late 80s, Ted and, I guess, together with Generosa are worth more than $50 million.
Oh, my God. In the 80s?
In late 80s.
Wow.
Stacking.
Doing great.
Doing great. They had a Fifth Avenue apartment. They buy a giant estate in England. Like they're fucking Paul McCartney or something. It has a name.
What?
They buy a named English estate, like in the countryside.
Wow.
It's like a fucking castle. It's like one of the Downton Abbey houses. It's ridiculous.
Lord.
It's crazy. By the way, and he starts really donating lots of money to charity. He starts working to save Manhattan landmarks, historical shit. As we'll find out, he'll donate a shitload of money to Bucknell University.
Yeah.
He does great. 1992, Ted decides, damn it.
Yeah.
It's nice to be in this firm
and
everything, but I think if I start my own investment firm, I can make all the money at that point. What do you say?
Because now he's just a partner getting partner money.
Which is great.
All the partner
money.
But
he wants even more money because I can make even more if I do it. So he starts his own investment firm. The partners at the company were like, what the fuck are you talking about? You are integral to this whole thing. But he said, nope. He told them, this is what he told the Wall Street Journal. By the way,
he was quoted
he's so successful.
WSJ.
When he quits his job, the Wall Street Journal calls him to get a quote.
Why'd you quit?
Imagine that. I've had a lot of shit jobs I quit. No one ever called for a quote. And it would have been like, well, that guy was a fucking asshole. That would have been my quote. Whereas his quote to the Wall Street Journal is, quote, when I wake up in the morning, I want to look at a different range of mountains.
Holy fuck.
Ted.
Oh, my God.
My God, Ted.
Live in a valley and have a room on either side of the house, I guess.
Holy shit. You silver-tongued son of a bitch. So he said knew he could double his money quick if he stayed, but he wanted the challenge of starting his own firm.
Fascinating.
So October of 92, by the way, they've started their own firm. They have all this stuff going on, all this money. They decide they've been trying to have kids.
Yeah.
And
time to have them.
That's another reason why Ted thinks that Generosa might be a little grumpy, is they've been trying to conceive and can't for years. And that'll get on you after a while. Especially they don't just, fuck and wait for a pregnancy test like they do in vitro. They go to the doctor. He's jerking off in cups.
Yeah.
She's getting poked and prodded. So it's when you go through all that and it doesn't work, it's hard on your relationship.
Sure.
And if it's the woman who really has a biological, we don't care. No. But if it's a woman who has a real biological need for this and want for this, it's tough on them. So they decide, since they can't make a baby, they decide they need to adopt a baby.
Oh.
So they end up.
They are like the family that all these kids in these.
They dream. I'm going to show up. Forget it. Like those little kid cars you can drive. They're gonna this is crazy. It's going to be like the toy at this house. It's going to be nuts.
These kids. It's going to be a talent show for which ones of these parents will pick. I can do backflips. I can sing.
She was at her doctor's office, and behind his desk was a picture of two babies. And she said, "Who are these kids?" And he said, those are kids that are orphaned in the Ukraine. And that started the process. She said, well, I'll take them.
Yeah.
They look good.
I'll take them both.
Pass them over. They were toddlers at the point, at that 2-3 years old, Gregory and Alexa, and they're twins.
That's how she got them?
Little blonde-headed twin
Ukrainian kids.
Yep.
Wow.
Gregory and Alexa, and she adopted them. How's that?
They didn't even know that she was shopping.
Give me them. I don't care. Hand them over.
Best day of these kids' lives.
Can you imagine? Yeah, just from their picture being there. That same year, they are going to purchase a home in the Hamptons that we'll talk about here. When they went there because they had to go pick them up from the Ukraine there, one friend said that Ted was deliriously happy upon their return. He had a kid on each arm.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, did it.
Yeah.
They adopted them from the village of Medvedisti in the Mukachevo region of the Ukraine.
Sounds like a tough one.
It's where Jimmy and I have a show there next. It's tough to sell tickets, but that's our
Mukachevo.
It's on the next year's tour schedule over in the Medvedisti in the Mukachevo region of the Ukraine.
On a venti Mukachevo.
I'll have a large. Yeah, I want the Medvedisti. I'm gonna have that. That sounds like it's sweeter a little bit. Yeah. So they said Generosa's reaction to the kids was odd.
Yeah?
One friend said, I'd asked if she wanted kids. She did not. She spent a lot of time in an orphanage, she said, and she'd been abused there. The whole prospect of children was too painful for her. But yet she was going through in vitro treatments and everything else.
Taking all kinds of Ted load for nothing?
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Well, and injected into her for nothing. I don't know if that's what Ted wanted, so she was saying that's what she wanted. So I don't know what it was. But another friend said that Generosa with the kids, quote, was stressful to watch. She wasn't good with them. It was stressful. Yeah, she wasn't good. She seems kind of like also she's very kind of a selfish person, and that's difficult if you have kids. You kind of have to give to them.
Have to want it.
Yeah, and I don't know also if you feel different because it's a different biology. If you have the kids yourself, is there more oxytocin released around them? Like I'm just talking about biologically,
Chemically,
not even mentally or anything like that. I have no idea. I don't know. Seems like a lot of women who have adopted kids really take them.
Angelina Jolie seems to be
nice
real
shit
jacked about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that.
That seems pretty
I don't know what the
easy
hell
for
those
her.
people are doing. Yeah. When you have 9 au pairs, does it really matter at that point?
It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Right?
And I don't know. Anytime movie stars, let's adopt 9 kids from all over.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a nice thing to do and all,
Feels
but I feel
very
like
selfish.
that seems
Feels
like
a lot of look at me.
seems pretty performative.
Yeah.
But I mean, nice thing to do. Don't get me
Good for
wrong.
you, yeah.
Now, the business, his own business here, he bought up a company that produced newspaper advertising inserts. Those little color inserts with all the ads in them and shit in the middle of the Sunday paper.
He bought that company?
This is smart shit. This is why we're bad at business. Like a guy that I rented my house from in Arizona made a fortune. He would start companies that do shit like this, build them up, and then sell them and make a bunch of fucking money, and then move on to the next one. He made tons of money. He made paper cups at one point. That's what he was making.
Like the little guys that rinse your mouth?
Nothing glamorous.
Yeah.
Nothing anything, but built it up and then sold the company, made millions of dollars. Boring shit like that makes money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The twist tie guy lives in Arizona somewhere. Those little fucking twisty things.
Yeah.
I mean, he invented it, but and had the patent for it. But he just sold it all and let somebody else do it. And he was just millions and millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Who the fuck?
Great.
You got to have an idea, though.
I mean, but that's an idea. This isn't even an idea. This is something that exists, and he's like,
and he bought it.
Yeah, you could. This isn't even
Made
like
it better.
Like paper cups.
Yeah.
That's not a brilliant idea.
No.
It's just that there's a market for this, and I'm going to do that. It's just very business smart. So that's what he did. Now, this is not glamorous, but he knew this is where he could build a lot of money. He could build this into a big powerhouse, establish ties with newspapers everywhere, and then find other products to sell them and shit like that. He called it Big Flower Press. Okay. He told a friend that, that's how that was a good name for it here. They passed a field of sunflowers one time, and the children called out Big Flower, and they went, Big Flower Press. That's cool.
Some Ukrainian child going, Big Flower.
Big Flower. That's it.
That's terrible.
And he said, Big Flower Press. It doesn't matter what the name of the company is. So he's also serving on the boards of the Municipal Art Society and the YMCA. He attained the title of chairman at Jazz at Lincoln Center. Yeah. So when they do jazz there. And he works closely with Wynton Marsalis, the horn player.
Oh.
Wasn't he in the Tonight Show band or something?
I don't know.
Like in the 80s or some
I'm real
shit?
bad at names.
He's a black guy, trumpet player, horn player, plays some kind of horn. I don't fucking know.
Wynton?
Wynton. Now, this is also when they buy this house in the East Hamptons. Okay. They buy a house at 59 Middle Lane. That's the address in East Hampton. They paid $2.7 million for it in 1992 money.
Oh, boy.
Okay, and at the
Did
time,
you look it up? You did.
no.
Yeah.
What do you think? How many of these episodes have we done? Do I usually look shit up?
Nah. Look it up.
Yeah, I said fuck it.
I just said that's a lot of money.
So, yeah, $2.7 million. It's
Yeah.
a long, kind of one-story, like a raised ranch type of thing.
Yeah?
That's not what it's going to look like after they get done with it.
Oh,
No. They're buying this for the bones.
they're gonna level it.
They're going to make it huge.
Yeah.
Is what they're going to do. It's owned by Mr. and Mrs. William Lord, who is an old family that's lived there forever. Now, their daughter-in-law, Pam Lord, people they bought it from,
Yeah.
is a nationally renowned gardener. Which I didn't think that
You could
existed.
get nationally?
I didn't know how they would know
Great.
the way you plant your flowers
Yeah.
thousands of miles away. She agreed to help them landscape the property.
She's buying it, and they're going to buy it from her, and she'll landscape it.
Well, she bought it from her.
Yeah.
This is their niece or something. So she knew,
Oh,
daughter-in-law.
got it. Yeah,
she just knew that,
Uh-huh.
that she had done it before. So they said, yeah, you want to be the gardener, you can be the gardener. So, or at least the landscape
The
here.
designer, yeah.
Generosa announced that she wanted all yellow plants in the front and all blue plants in the back.
Oh.
That was her thing. So Pam Lord said, I'm not doing this. This is ridiculous. That's no way. I'm out of here. So she fucking took off.
Okay.
I'm not working with you
Yeah.
if you're going to be crazy.
Yeah.
One artist said, quote, the homes around here start at $6 million and go all the way up to $30 million. Try $84 million,
Yeah.
as we found. He said, you've got Steven Spielberg, Martha Stewart, Calvin Klein, P. Diddy. This is back in
Ooh.
years ago.
Yeah.
Ralph Lauren, Carolyn Kennedy. This is the land of the rich, famous, and infamous. So the house, they're renovating the shit out of it. They're making it from a one-story kind of low-key affair to a two-story English-style home. Very fancy.
Yeah.
Looked like an English country manor is
Yeah.
what they were looking for here. They wanted to have twin front gables, an overhang roof, all this type of shit. They wanted it to look have the spirit and look of a thatched cottage.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's only rich people even know what
You
that
said
is.
a lot of nice
Yeah.
words that sound amazing. In a real estate listing, it sounds great.
So she fights with one contractor after another because she's not easy to work with. One is Jeff Gibbons.
Yeah.
He's an architect, and he goes out on his own from his company he worked at, and the Ammons are his first clients.
Okay.
He recalled the situation thusly, quote, she basically left me crumpled up on the side of the road. That's not good. He means that figuratively. He said after 3 years of bullying from her, the end came when Generosa heard him casually explaining to a third person what he'd done to the house.
Yeah.
They were asking about it. She freaked out and said, you're not telling people you designed my house, are you? And he said, well,
Tell him what I
yeah.
did.
He said, who did? And she said, I did. You only copied things out of books.
Oh, boy.
He's an architect.
Yeah.
He designed this, So he said then she stiffed him on his last bill. And when he talked about it, she threatened to put him out of business with her lawyers.
Oh, boy.
So he had to eat shit, basically. That's what sucks about working for rich people is they fuck you over, and then they'll make you sue
that
them
paycheck,
to get
yeah.
paid 20 cents on the fucking dollar. It's a classic rich person maneuver. They all do it. So there's another poor son of a bitch here, landscaper Peter Cicero. He started his own business based on them being his first clients as well. One day he went with Generosa to a nursery to choose tulips.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
They don't have yellow ones.
He said, now, tulips look one shade in the morning light and a different shade in the evening light. That's how tulips are.
Yeah.
You can't make new tulips. That's nature.
You're right.
So he planted 600 tulips of the shade that she chose.
Right.
He said that that weekend, he drove up to find her in the garden. He said her hair all in a mop, pulling out the 600 tulips, quote, like a wild boar. 600, you know how expensive
shade,
600 tulips is, by the way?
I can't imagine, yeah.
She said that they were the wrong shade.
These
You
are broken.
fucking idiot. Wow. He claims he was ordered to pay for the tulips himself. That's on you. He said she was always invoking Skadden Arps, which is a law firm that that was her retained law firm. He said he had to pay for the yellow roses that are the yellow tulips that she ripped out along the front, yellow roses that she ripped out along the front fence too, because their shade was wrong.
Oh, my God.
I can't make flowers in
No.
the shade you
No,
want.
no.
This is what nature has given
Right.
us.
This is,
do you like it or not?
This is called photosynthesis. They do what they do.
You can't fix that.
Right.
He had to remove all the trees he planted by the front door, also at his own expense, when she learned they didn't grow red berries like she wanted them to.
God, Jesus.
Once he said that she called his bookkeeper at 5 a.m. to rant about bubbles in the pool.
Uh-huh.
The bookkeeper said, what's wrong with them? I don't understand. And she said, they're blowing the wrong way.
The wrong direction.
The bubbles in the pool are blowing the wrong. It's his fault. Imagine that. Other contractor, here's another one, had another problem, but he tried to look at the positive side of Generosa. He said she did have vision, and she was genuinely creative.
Yeah.
He said she remembered a particular mosaic she designed in the bathrooms. He said, I sort of admired her as a woman. She was really powerful. He said, could be a little scary, though.
Yeah.
He said, one time when she was angry at me, she told me, quote, that my mother died of insanity and that she'd had to struggle to be where she was and that she'd be damned if anyone was going to take that away from her.
Her mother died of
insanity, which is wow, you got to.
I think she died of cancer.
As I say, insanity, otherwise known as cancer.
Yeah.
So another friend said she's a little just in public and socially, she's a little rough. One person said of her, talking about Ted, saying she used to correct him in front of people all the time. At a parent-teacher function, one friend said, one of the mothers was talking to Ted, as parents do, when Generosa came over and screamed at the woman to stop flirting with Ted.
Oh, my God.
So that's rough.
Yeah.
Same thing socially in the Hamptons kind of happened as in the city.
Yeah.
One friend said the clubs and socializing weren't really his thing. He wasn't really into it, basically. One couple that traveled with them said that Generosa had become a, quote, rough blade. These rich people have really weird phrases and idioms. I don't get it. Another people said that if you called Ted at home, Generosa would yell at you.
Yeah.
So that was with like professional people calling him to,
call his home.
Crazy. So now they announced at one point that for the sake of the children, they were moving to England, where they bought that crazy estate where they would live full time.
Oh.
Didn't really happen that way, though. He comes back, lives here, he has business, then he goes over there, and she's setting up the
she's
estate
going to
over
live there full time.
Pretty much.
I'm going to get you out of this fucking country.
In 1996, without being asked or anything, he gifts Bucknell University with $15 million.
Whoa.
So they're like, damn, that's cool.
Why would you?
You get your name on a building for that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So by 1999, his business is booming. He was right about Big Flower Press.
Yeah.
They're publicly traded, I guess.
Exchange,
they had nearly $2 billion in gross annual revenues.
My God.
He's doing great. Now he said this is the time to sell. So he wants to sell. So he approached a Boston financier and suggested a buyout. Maybe you want to do this. So this guy ended up doing that and taking the company private with the help of another investment banker who's a close friend of Ted's and his neighbor on 92nd Street. Yeah. So Ted spins off a piece of the company and used it to start Chancery Lane Capital, which is an investment firm, kind of like the one he worked for, KKR, but, a mom and pop shop. That's what he liked the best, was looking for deals. So now he sold that. He's still very, very rich. He's doing wonderful with everything except not doing too great with his marriage here. He stayed in New York to sell the business, so he's barely getting over to England. He lived at the Lowell Hotel at East 63rd Street on weekdays after the 92nd Street townhouse was sold, and he'd spend weekends in England. So he's commuting from England.
Wow.
5 days a week. They have a manor house in Surrey, which Generosa had done over, of course, in the way that she does things. Now, the fact that he's in New York and she's not leads her to be very suspicious of him during the week.
Oh, boy.
She hires multiple private investigators to keep an eye on Ted.
Private investigators?
Private investigators. And they later came to believe, because of these investigators, that Ted was involved in an affair with a very, very attractive blonde New York investment banker.
Okay.
who specialized in leveraged buyouts.
Okay.
Like we did before we were in podcasting. We specialized in leveraged buyouts.
We don't deal with regular buyouts.
No, fuck, it's got to be leveraged.
Leveraged is the only way.
It's the only way. I won't participate otherwise. I won't be a part of this, Jimmy. One colleague describes the banker as, quote, a little older version of Gwyneth Paltrow, a willowy blonde. This is in like 2003. So basically Gwyneth Paltrow 10 years ago is who they're describing. Her looks are excellent, but are just part of the package, the friend said. Yeah. A friend of Ted called her a bright, New York, sophisticated, very savvy girl, the very antithesis of Generosa.
Oh.
Yes, she earned millions of fucking dollars a year, too. She killed it. She had her own house in the Hamptons.
Looking like a power couple.
Looking like a power couple, and looking like a power couple because she has a baby.
Oh.
And so Generosa believes that's Ted's fucking baby.
Yeah.
More on that later.
Okay.
But she thinks not only is he banging some hot investment banker, he's knocking her up and everything else. So by 2000, Ted is worth more than $80 million. That is insanity. Wow. Holy crap. And this is after hemorrhaging money doing all this crazy shit. Then summer of 2000 comes along. All right. And Generosa comes back from England in the summer of 2000 with the children to initiate divorce proceedings.
Oh, she wants out.
Now she wants out. She said, and they said the couple's mutual friends said she was rough. One former friend said all you had to do was say hello to Ted, and that was that.
Really?
She didn't want anything to do with you forever. You're on his side now. You're done. If she heard that Ted had dinner with mutual friends, she'd call the friends the next morning and tell them she never wanted to talk to them again. How fucking dare they betray her?
Enjoy.
Listen,
nice succulent chicken meal.
We're friends with everybody.
Yeah.
How dare you fucking eat dinner with my husband? One friend said she cut everyone off. She didn't have a friend in the world. Now, at this point, he's, set to lose a shitload of money in the divorce, but
40.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He'll have enough money. He'll make more, and he doesn't have to deal with the wife that he doesn't like. So, great. Not an easy divorce, as you might imagine, with these two. Too much money involved for it to be clean and easy.
Yeah, and when you propose something, when you got an asshole, they'll propose something, you go, fine, and they go, no. And then they make it worse.
Yeah. She would hire and fire divorce lawyers one after the other. She made crazy demands, too. This is not like I want half. This is... According to one source, she claimed that Ted was worth more like $300 million. Oh,
God.
So she wanted like $150 million. Yeah. He's like, I don't have $150 million, so I can't give you $150
million. I don't have $100 million.
He ends up having $100 million, but by the time this is all going, but not $300 million. She later explained here that, quote, Ted wanted an amicable divorce in which everything would be shared, but thereafter he took the very different course of both hoarding income and assets and concealing assets, even after repeated disclosure orders by our state Supreme Court. That's from Generosa. She said that. One person who was very knowledgeable to the situation, I think one of Ted's legal team, said that Ted was in full compliance and his legal team provided $45,000 worth of or 45,000 pages worth of financial records and discovery.
That's as much as you need to disclose.
I would think that's a lot. They said that the main thing that is the sticking point is he had some stocks that were up and down, so his value would go up and down.
Sure.
One, he had a stake of about 1.7 million shares in a publicly traded internet advertising firm called 24/7 Media. Yeah. At its peak, the stock was trading at $69 a share. So $69. But it's a .com thing. So as we know, that
tomorrow it could be worth nothing.
It could be worth nothing. That stock went from gold to toilet paper in a day.
Real fast.
So they said that at that point, that made him that investment worth $113 million for him. But then when .coms started collapsing in spring of 2000, it plummeted and wasn't worth shit really after that. So definitely wasn't worth $100 million. Right. Yeah. So these are her demands. Okay. She wants $50,000 a year for a bodyguard. Okay. $50,000 a year for a housekeeper. $50,000 a year for a chef. $50,000 a year for a driver, $30,000 a year for a gardener, $100,000 for a personal assistant, $60,000 in, quote, residential maintenance. That's just for the New York
house.
That's just for the New York place.
Life, yeah.
Then Coverwood, which is the name of their manor in Surrey, she said she needed an additional $100,000 of maintenance a year on that as well. She basically demanded about $180,000 a month in basic living expenses.
The $2.5 million a year.
Exactly, $2.5 million a year. That was after he gave her half. Yeah.
Fuck you.
$40 million and $2.5 million a year. I think you can fix up your house with the $40 million I gave you.
I think you'll be all right.
I think you'll be fine. That is wild.
Holy shit.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah. So that's nuts. At this point, they got Coverwood. They have the East Hampton house. They have a West Broadway loft. That's the one that's her Soho loft. And her new home, which is a townhouse at 10 East 87th Street in New York City as well that she buys.
This is unbelievable.
This is fucking crazy.
She wants everything and wants him to be broke.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And pay her.
I want everything, and it's the Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Why can't
I have everything?
Why can't I have hair and money and he have nothing? That's what it is. Why can't I have hair and money and he have nothing? That's all I want.
That's what she wants.
So, yep, the summer of 2000, Ted had bought a 10th floor apartment at 1125 Fifth Avenue, thinking that Generosa and the children might live there, but she didn't like that place. Not good enough for her.
I don't even like the place.
Nope. So she preferred a townhouse that she found off Fifth. So Ted moved into the apartment. I'll fucking live there. You get the townhouse. I don't care. He paid $9 million for the townhouse, by the way.
I don't like a $9 million.
No. That's the apartment. So he bought her a $9 million townhouse because she didn't like the apartment on Fifth Avenue that he bought her.
Unbelievable.
Whoa. That's crazy. A renovation budget for this $9 million townhouse. They agreed that she could spend $1 million renovating it.
Changing it into whichever way she wanted it.
Which is crazy. So work begins in September of 2000. So it's all under construction. So as a temporary fix, she moves into the Stanhope Hotel on Fifth Avenue, which is not Doug Stanhope's hotel. No, it's a real classy, elegant place.
It's not painted crazy.
Not painted crazy. It's not a trailer in the Bisbee Desert. It's nothing like that.
A bald woman is your fucking concierge.
None of that. So, by the way, they said by now she has an entourage of servants wherever she goes. So it's her, the kids, 2 nannies, a bodyguard, a driver, this one, that, like 8 people in the
You're
whole
not
crew
important
here.
enough to
no
have
one
a
cares
bodyguard.
about you.
Yeah.
No. So at the Stanhope, she takes a $1,500 a night suite.
Of course.
She stays in. Then a large room for the nanny and the children. Then at least 2 more rooms for members of the townhouse work crew that she has to work with. It's insane.
She's just blowing money.
Yeah. One of the guys that ends up kind of being at her suite an awful lot is Daniel Pelosi. He's the electrician. That's not just his porn nickname. No. He's the electrician. He's an actual electrician.
He's actually showing up to do electric work.
He lives out on Long Island, not in East Hampton, a more reasonable area. He's married with 3 kids. Okay. He's a high school dropout. Drug and alcohol abuser over the years. Big rap sheet, lots of drunk driving charges and like bar fights, and he's a dipshit.
He's living it up.
He's a Long Island mook is what he is. He's a Long Island fucking, just one of these like mook guinea fucking
been
idiots.
Around his whole life.
I know a million guys exactly like this, put it that way. That's why I'm so tuned into this. I know this guy. He is handsome though. He's a handsome guy. But other than that, he doesn't have a lot going for him here. He apparently acknowledged at one point when he filed a lawsuit after a work-related incident claiming a back injury, he said that's what led to his drug addiction. Was that, which happens. He married pretty young. He married a 19-year-old at the time, and he was like 20 or 21, and they ended up having 3 kids. That's Tammy. We'll talk about her. A little bit about Danny's background, just to give you who he is here. Grew up very different than both of these people here. On the first day of 6th grade, he's in a new school, and he got into a fight with a boy and was disrespectful to a teacher. which, I mean, 6th grade, it's the kind of the meaning of boys will be boys there. They're going to fight. They're going to tell the teacher to fuck off, and then they go home and their dad yells at them and they say they're sorry, and that's how it works. So his dad gave him a good spanking. So he settled down a little bit. He joined Little League. He was trying to get his shit together. Then he misbehaved at school again, so the teacher hit his knuckles with a yardstick, Catholic school style. Danny went home and told his father. His father was pissed off. I hit my kid, not you, is what he said. So he went to the school to see the teacher, picked up the fucking yardstick and said, is this what you hit my son with? And the teacher said, yeah. So he whacked the teacher with the yardstick and said, how's that feel? And then, quote, the only one who hits my son is me. I'll beat his little fucking ass, but you don't touch him, all right?
Oh, boy.
Wow. And that is Long Island Italian back in the day.
That's how
there.
he grew up.
He said, how does that feel? So one night when he was 13, Danny and his buddies got shit-faced, raided the liquor cabinet, drank everything they could. They're drinking fucking creme de menthe, whatever they can get their hands on, whatever's in there. They don't care. Peach schnapps, it doesn't matter. Danny got real sick and didn't want to drink anymore. He got the shit kicked out of him for it also. He got punished for sneaking out on his motorcycle, stealing his father's boat.
Oh, boy.
Things like that. He's a tearaway. But he grew. He used to be kind of a short, wimpy guy, but he turns into a big, tough guy, ladies' man. He gets into boxing. He does Golden Gloves and stuff. He hung out with bad kids in school, basically. He hung out there with the bad kid group. From this book, they say, and this is an interesting sentence, strangely, he chose to begin speaking in a crude, uneducated way, unlike his parents. He wanted to be
a straight guy,
different guy. Yeah, exactly. That's what he was looking for. They said his teeth were crooked. He seemed to chew his words when he spit them out. That's what they said. And he's hanging out with rough kids from blue-collar backgrounds and using their profanity-laced D's, dem, does brand of speech. You know, the old fucking New Yorkie style.
Street dum-dum,
So he felt he had to be strong and tough. He needed to protect his family and all that. He and his friends got into trouble for stealing a case of beer. That was the first time he was arrested. Danny's parents were embarrassed, but they hired a lawyer and stood by him and all that kind of thing. His dad's a stand-up guy, I will say later on. February 1980, he gets kicked out of high school for trespassing on school grounds. Guess off hours, maybe.
Okay, not supposed to be there.
Otherwise,
at the time.
you know, you're supposed to be there for a certain amount of time. He tried to take 5 girls to the prom.
Nice.
That's a crazy move. That is
you have to rent a limo for that.
Crazy move. He didn't.
No? Just walk them there?
He picked them all up separately and basically picked them all up separately, dropping them off, making an excuse, and picking up another in his father's new Cadillac.
Wow.
Which is very weird.
Pick one up, drop them off. I got to get my friend. I'll be back. Getting 5 girls?
5 girls like that. Then he crashed the car.
Oh, my God.
Like an idiot. So the next morning, he didn't come home. His dad found his new car and Danny at a repair shop with the front end all fucked up and the hood all bent. Smashed windshield. And there was a girl just passed out in the back seat. Like, hold on a minute here.
In the shop.
You are having way too much fun. She's up on the lift and everything. Hey, yo, Kathy, when you wake up, don't just try to step out of the car. You got to let us know we'll lower you, is it right? Because it's going to be...
you're going to have a nosebleed up there.
You're gonna fucking tumble to your death, probably. Let's help you. So Danny said, wait, I could explain, and was running from his father around the car. Finally, his father told him, you know what? I'm not going to chase you. You got to come home sometime.
You betcha.
That's how it was. He met his future wife, Tammy, at a graduation party the summer after senior year. She was still going to graduation parties a year after he graduated. Now, she was totally different than him. She was a good student, was on the volleyball team, a member of the Leaders Club, on the prom committee. She does extracurriculars and school shit. She wasn't into Danny.
No?
Nope. Absolutely not.
These wees and dems is
Didn't
no good?
Not too rough for her. Wasn't a thing here. So that's interesting. Now, she was at the party with her boyfriend, who was a big asshole guy. They had an argument, and this asshole guy slapped her in the face in front of everyone at the party, which is crazy. That's insane.
My God.
So Danny came over and slapped Ralph. This is the boyfriend, and said, try me out. You asshole. Let's see what you got.
Fella.
Someone your own size. So they ended up going outside, and Danny beat him up. He was a boxer, so he punched him a few times, knocked him out. So then he went over to the guy who was knocked out and said, "From now on, she's dating me."
I wonder.
This isn't a fair. You didn't knock down all the bottles, and now you get the girl. Like, what are you doing?
He just hit the 3-point shot on the bent rim.
He just did that. He took that big mallet and went ka-ping, and it went all the way up to "you get the girl." Ding, and it rang the bell, and he's like, "She's mine now."
I get to date her
and he took her like a giant, like a giant penguin stuffed animal off to the...
He won her in a fight. That's great.
Then he turned to Tammy and said, "Hey, from now on, you're dating me." And she said, "No, no, no."
Yeah.
But then he kissed her, and she went, "All right, I guess."
What?
I went out with it. This is the craziest, most Long Island story I've ever heard in my life. This is insane.
Won her in a card game.
Won her in a card game. So Pelosi, this is the guy we're coming from here. He is the head of the crew and the electrician here. Now he starts recommending all these elaborate, expensive things to her to do to the house and all of that kind of shit. The pipes that have to be replaced.
Yeah, because I need money.
We got to move these I-beams. Move I-beams? Yeah, your fucking mind. So they're gutting this townhouse here, and Generosa liked that because she said, "Spend as much as you want."
Yeah, it's all his money.
And she also said, "You're kind of cute."
Uh-oh.
Absolutely.
He's married with 3 kids.
Well, so she. Married with 2 kids.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're both kind of, he's blown away by living in a nice hotel and having all his money.
And gets to fuck the hot boss.
And she said that Danny's everything that Ted isn't.
Okay.
You know, he's brash and he's, an idiot and, all that stuff. Poor, all the things that he's not.
An alcoholic.
In and out of jail, things like that. Danny said it was the princess and the pauper. That was the relationship. She came from a world of enormous wealth. Been to every continent, and I've been to Florida. You fucking move.
I've been to Florida.
And I've been to Florida. These two are a weird couple.
Funny.
So the $1 million agreed upon renovation soon becomes $4 million.
$4 million.
Of renovating.
Half the price of the price tag of the place.
That is insanity. Yeah.
Wow.
So Pelosi, Danny, says, "I ended up staying at the job instead of driving all the way back to Long Island."
Yeah, why go
shocking.
home when I can get pussy here?
Nobody commutes from the city all the way to the middle of Long Island every day. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Hundreds of thousands of people do that.
All day.
They have a fucking train that goes right there. It's all right, the expressway. It's all happening. But he said one morning, Generosa showed up and found me sleeping in the truck. In the truck. Yeah. And she said, none of her workers sleep in the truck. She said, "You're going to stay at the Stanhope. I'll get you a room at the Stanhope."
What?
Yeah. He said, of course I was flirting. Yeah, I was in the middle of a divorce, Things with Tammy were rocky, mainly because he's staying in Manhattan fucking some rich lady. He said, and this was a very attractive, elegant lady who told me she was getting divorced. She told me she hadn't had sex in 2 years,
Why would she tell you that?
2 years.
Why are you on that conversation?
So I figured I'm going to bang her out a little bit.
How did her distance between now and sex come in between a circuit that I'm running for the fucking lights in the bathroom?
Hey, that I-beam. I don't like the location. If you move it 3 feet over to this way, how long has nobody been up inside you? You know what? I'm fucking you now. Yeah. How's that?
What do you think of this wallpaper? When's the last time you got your ass ring?
I mean, really good. I mean, balls against your asshole, pounding. I'm talking about really a good shot. One of these where you're like, "Oh, Maron," afterwards. I got to take a break. You know what I'm saying? One of those. Been a while, right?
Wow.
So he said, quote, "Just to think she wanted something to do with me blew me away. It was the biggest ego trip in the world. Every guy on my job begged me not to fool around with her because they were afraid I'd get fired and we'd lose our job. It's her all getting paid.
Right.
Like, this is crazy. We just suggest shit and she pays for it. We make extra money. Awesome."
They were all worried this would go away. Happens when people get involved.
No, he was going all the way to the bar cart of the gravy train to fuck the bartender right in the face. And go, "What do you think about that, huh? It's my gravy train." So he said, the next thing I knew it, I was driving around in a limousine. putting the wine menu in front of me that's not even written in English, you know? I drink Bud Light. It's that easy.
Yeah, because you're the electrician.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be
I don't
you.
know what these are.
Wow.
Yeah. So 2001, Pelosi is now living with her. Danny and her are living together at the Stanhope here, which is across from the Metropolitan Museum. That's important in a minute. Don't worry. Yeah, that'll come in to play here. So they took, I guess, the Ammons here, Generosa and Ted, took turns sharing the East Hampton house on the weekend. They rotated weekends.
All right.
You get it this weekend, I get it next
Treat
weekend.
it like the kids.
Exactly. Well, that's whoever had the kids would get the house that weekend. That's how it was. They said that summer, Danny became a fixture in the Hamptons and a fixture with Generosa. He said, I absolutely fell in love with her.
Yeah.
I fell in love with her. It was something about, I couldn't put my finger on it, something.
Couldn't possibly be
what
all
it
the
was.
pussy and money.
Just, I mean, pussy, money, those are good. Those are good. So now the Ammons here, they're trying to work out a settlement, Ted and Generosa, and the kids are really in the middle of all this mess.
Right.
These two poor adopted kids who've seen enough strife in their life.
Right.
Danny said the parents were so involved in the divorce, they forgot about the kids. It wasn't fair. I mean, it just wasn't right.
All right.
You are the one causing a distraction, though.
You're making this real difficult.
Yeah. You are rectifying their mom's lack of sexual activity on a daily basis. Now, this shit is expensive, by the way, all the shit she's doing.
Yes.
They would start out, this is just a day of Danny and Generosa here. They'd start out with breakfast at the hotel each morning for the whole entourage.
Yeah.
That'd be about $500 a morning.
Whew.
They'd tip the bellman $50 to walk the dog each time.
Oh, boy.
Dogs piss a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
3-4 times a day.
$100 tip from bringing the car from the hotel's garage. That's on top of the $38 valet
Parking
fee
fee,
anyway.
yeah.
So $100 to that guy. All of this and the bills would just be forwarded to Ted. Totaling about $70,000 a month in bullshit.
Oh, my
like
God.
this. They hung out at the bar all the time, Danny and Generosa. At dinner, Danny would leave tips of $100, sometimes $200. This is not his money.
Danny's spending?
Throwing it around like fucking water.
Holy shit.
They said that the tips didn't quite compensate for what one of the people described as the couple's boorish and abusive behavior.
Oh, they're a nightmare, too.
Well, she's an asshole
Yeah.
like this. She thinks everyone's her servant, and he doesn't know any better.
Right.
So if that's how you treat people based on how she's treating
He just
people, he
does it
thinks that's
too.
what you do because he doesn't know. He's a fucking idiot
my
from Long
God.
Island. So anyway, if Generosa saw a hotel employee talking to Ted when he picked up the children, she would get mad and try to get that employee fired. Because she would say that they were a spy for Ted.
Ted is paying for this, lady.
Yep, in the bar at the hotel, sometimes she would just yell at random people and say, "I know you're a spy for my husband."
What is going on with
They're
her?
like, "I'm in town from Des Moines. I
Yeah.
have no idea what you're talking about. I have a meeting I have to go to. My company sent me here.
I sell shower rings.
This is crazy." Yeah, what the fuck? These are very light. They have helium in them. So on New Year's Eve, they're watching the TV, as
Yeah.
people do on New Year's Eve.
Right.
Everybody's watching the TV. She shouted, "Turn the television off. I want it off."
What?
That's what she said. And they didn't know what to do. And Danny would tell people all the time, "I know guys in the mafia, you know."
Oh, boy.
I talk like this, so obviously I know mafia guys, basically. So one person said that Ted's paying these enormous bills, and it would piss him off, especially the townhome home renovation quadrupling in price. And he was really pissed off that Danny's always with his children.
Yeah.
He said, one of his friends said, that made him fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Let him lose his mind, which anybody would.
Yeah.
Especially if he's a bum. So
And I'm paying for him.
I'm paying for him. Now, this is Danny's wife, Tammy, said that Danny went to work for Generosa, and soon after, he was never home anymore.
Yeah.
He was gone all the time. She said how excited her husband had been when he first landed the contracting work here, but they found themselves, for a while, with more money than they ever had. Her bank account was full, Tammy's, but she said that at home, he was never home.
Yeah.
He'd spend less time with the family. Something was wrong, is what she said. So she said her husband began receiving lavish gifts from Generosa. He soon moved out of their home and went to live in Manhattan in the high rise, like as we talked about. She said, this is his wife, said he still took care of us, I guess, because of the guilt he felt. He kept making improvements on the home and giving me gifts. And I said, I don't want gifts. I just want you with the kids and our lives back.
Right.
He was like, nope. So one person said also that Generosa reneged on the initial pledge of joint custody with Ted with the kids.
Now she wants all custody.
Sole custody.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Ted told friends that she repeatedly failed to produce the kids for scheduled time with them. One weekend, when the children were supposed to be with Generosa, he went to a theater with friends.
Okay.
It's not his weekend.
Yeah.
So doing what he wants to do. At intermission, he made a phone call, and his friend said he looked real worried.
Yeah.
He said, shit, I have to go right now because Generosa decided on a whim she's going to the Hamptons with Danny and dropped the kids off with the doorman at the building, at his building he's living at.
My kids are standing out front of my house.
They're sitting with the doorman with their fucking luggage and backpacks and shit.
God.
So he had to drive to he had to leave the theater and go do that. He said that also that she was poisoning the kids against him. She told them that their dad had mob connections, and that's why he made money.
Okay.
She told them that the kids that he'd stolen money. Told the kids that he'd had their phones bugged because he was spying on everybody. According to one person, Ted claimed that Generosa even told the children that this is a thing that the kids remember later, the big satellite dish on top of the Metropolitan Museum of Art across Fifth Avenue from the Stanhope, she told the kids that Ted had that installed as a means to spy on them.
It's a listening device.
Yeah. Ted said he had to take the kids into the museum and get the curators to explain the dish and what it does, and that Ted didn't put it in because they were convinced.
They were convinced
that he was spying. Then she thinks he's having an affair, like we said, with the investment banker, which really pisses her off.
Yeah.
She later said, and I quote, Ted had taken up with a woman from his past and was also having an affair with another woman by whom he had a baby. The difference is, I guess the blonde investment banker was living with another guy, a very well-known Manhattan businessman. And the reason that Ted was with her all the time, Ted was working with her, but that guy was having an affair with her. Ted was being a wingman.
Attaboy.
The baby is this other guy's. Ted never fucked this lady. It's not. He's has some other girlfriend, but not her.
Yeah.
Not the one.
He's got a girlfriend, but it's not just some fucking affair.
Yep.
Yeah.
One close friend said, it was my impression that if there had been a romantic involvement, which he never once fessed up to, that it was sort of past. And in recent times, it was my impression that she was just a real good friend of his. I would be astonished if that child was actually his. Wow. And it was later proven that the private investigator just said, I saw them together, must be them.
Yeah.
Ted never had an affair with her, and the baby she had wasn't his. It was one of Ted's colleagues. That's who he was having an affair with.
She hired shitbag PIs, and they gave
all
her
the
bad
money in the
information.
world. Couldn't get it right. So then there's courtroom confrontations. Generosa would arrive with her entire entourage, including Danny.
Yeah.
And they'd all yell at Ted's lawyers in the hallway and yell at Ted, which is wild. Her own lawyers had managed to persuade her that Ted's representations of his net worth were correct. They said, listen, he's got less than $100 million. He doesn't have $300 million. We can't get $300 million because he doesn't have $300 million. So they said, you're going to get between $20 and $25 million, and your house and some other properties and shit like that are going to be sold, and you're going to get pieces of that.
Right.
That's how this works. She wanted full custody of the kids, and the judge said, no. 1 week for you, next week for Ted. That's how this works. Yeah. She was real pissed off, but she said, fine, draw up the fucking papers and we'll get it over with.
Okay.
Let's do this. So October 2001, the divorce is almost final. Papers are being drawn up. By the end of the month, this shit will be signed, sealed, and finished.
Done. Yeah.
God, I'm lucky I was the brokest person in the world who didn't even have a fucking checking account when I got divorced. Made it a lot easier. Made it a lot easier. Now,
she thinks that she just gets to keep everything.
Everything.
And that's not how divorce works.
No, you're not living the same. You'll get some. I mean,
it generally gets split down the middle, and then financially he takes care of
and
anything.
And they built their empire together.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'm not saying that she didn't come in at the
sell it all and split it. That's
she
how
didn't
it
come
goes.
in at 11:59.
No.
You know, she helped build it. It's fine, but you don't get more than he has.
Right.
So October 17th, 2001. One of Ted's longtime house servants filed suit against him.
Oh.
Okay, for several large sums owed to them, they say. This was Stephen Guderian and Bruce Reidner, a pair described by a former family friend as Laurel and Hardy. One tall and gaunt, the other short and heavyset.
Nice.
They worked for the Ammons for almost a decade, and mainly as close to Generosa as part of her entourage there. Now they're pissed off. They said Ted went back on a promise to pay the costs of their relocation back to the U.S. from England when they all went over there, a sum they claimed to be $137,690.91.
That's what their move cost?
That is, I've never heard of that before.
What did they move?
What did you move? Buckingham Castle? What the fuck are you taking over? The London Bridge? Are you the people who brought it to Havasu? What are we talking about?
Is it the shipping fees?
What are we talking about?
On the Statue of Liberty?
Seriously, did you bring the statue over from France? They said that Ted had promised to buy them a home upon the termination of their employment and to give them at least $2 million in cash or security.
To do what?
To be fired? I don't understand. That's some kind of severance.
For what? What did they do? They were
That's what I'm wondering. I guess that's crazy.
Sign me up for that job.
Fuck. They said that they had paid family bills totaling nearly $25,000 out of their own pockets that had not been reimbursed. They said that money's advanced to security guards, $3,250, equestrian bills, $2,898.67, etc.
Horse stuff.
Shit that they had to, whatever. I'm surprised they didn't have a credit card for the family. So they said that Ted had cheated them out of at least $750,000 in internet stock as well. They seek more than $7.5 million from Ted.
Cheated them.
People that know Ted said he laughed at the lawsuit and threw it to the side.
Stupid.
This is ridiculous. So Ted still has deals working. This is when he becomes the chairman of jazz at the Lincoln Center in 2001. He played jazz music as a kid, too. He was big into jazz and big into music. He just began helping plan a temporary memorial at the World Trade Center. This was October 2001.
Right.
Big deal for the Municipal Arts Society. One of the society's chairmen said Ted was in fact finding his civic roots. So he was doing all sorts of charity shit like that. Ted told another friend here that his daughter, Alexa, had broken down in tears in front of him and was so sad about everything. And he said that he just couldn't wait for the papers to be signed so he could start spending more time with his kids and start healing this whole mess. He thought, paper signed, everyone will chill out.
Yeah.
All the claws will go back in.
It's all back,
Saturday, October 20th, 2001, Ted decides he's going to come out to the East Hamptons that weekend and stay at the house. And he drives out there in his silver Porsche.
Oh, boy.
He's living it up, man.
God, he's having a great time.
So he decided to spend the house there, and it's something the weekend there at the house. It's something he did all the time. And sometimes if he said, I'll be back Monday morning, sometimes he wouldn't be back till Tuesday.
Yeah.
He's too rich to be held to a schedule like that. It's just
sometimes you wake up on Monday and you're like, this wine hangover is no good.
I hear the ocean.
I'm not driving like
this. I hear waves breaking.
I'm going to sit around.
That sounds good. So this is Monday, October 22nd, 2001 here. Not unusual, except they had a big meeting that was for a big money thing, and he missed the meeting on Monday. So nobody was really concerned anyway.
Sure.
Like, he could still blow it off and make up for it and all that kind of thing. And he would flake on appointments all the time. That's how he met Generosa, flaking on an appointment with her.
Sometimes it pays off.
So, then his business partner, Mark Engelson, he started to worry. He said, because he's trying to get a hold of him and he can't get a hold of him. And he said he might miss a meeting or an appointment, but he does not ignore phone calls and messages completely. That's not Ted. So they found out that it was Ted's week to have the kids and that Ted hadn't made alternate arrangements to pick them up due to his extended stay in the Hamptons. So they're like, he wouldn't blow his kids off either. He'd pick them up on Monday morning. They said he might be unreliable some areas, but never when it came to his kids. He was always, if he had a place to be with his kids, he was it's 5:05, I got to go now. I got to pick the kids up. So this guy, him and Ted's chauffeur, fly out to the East Hampton airport on a corporate helicopter.
Nice.
Not bad. Arriving a little before 5. They take a cab to 59 Middle Lane and see Ted's Porsche in the driveway. Wow. Like, what the fuck is going on with this guy?
Still here.
Yeah. So Mark Engelson and the chauffeur enter the house, and they're greeted by the 3 dogs, 2 golden retrievers and a chocolate lab. Yep. Those are 3 good pettable dogs right there.
Those are lovable.
The dogs seem to be acting funny. They're not.
Not so lovable.
They're just acting weird.
Yeah.
They're like running in weird spots. And
Hungry?
like, what the fuck is wrong with the? Yeah, that's what they're trying to figure out. So they're calling Ted. What the fuck? Then they see a trail of blood on the stairs.
Oh.
They follow the trail of blood as one does,
Yeah.
and they head up to the master bedroom where they find Ted. He is sprawled out on the bed, completely nude, covered in blood, head beaten in,
Wow.
wounds all over him.
He went up the stairs like that.
Just absolutely looks like he's been killed 5 times over. It's horrifying. It's 5:19 p.m. They call the East Hampton Village Police Department. 3 policemen respond within minutes because they got nothing else to do in this town. And again, a lot of taxes.
Billy Joel's on tour.
Yeah, exactly. So that's Seinfeld's block. We got to get over there. And they went around confirming there's no one else in the house because it's a big, like 7,000 square foot
It's a lot
house.
of
You got to
house,
inspect the house. They also discover later on that the security system here, which is a big, elaborate security system that had 9 individual cameras, and this is in 2001. Now, anybody's trailer has 9 cameras, but back then, 9 cameras was like the stash house for for a local cocaine syndicate would have 9 cameras, nobody else. So Walmart didn't have 9 cameras. So they said all these cameras and the system had all been turned off. Everything is off. So they seal the house. They wait for the Suffolk County homicide, which takes an hour to get there. They go room to room, thinking that burglary does not appear to be the motive because nothing is ransacked. In a house like this, you'd expect to see certain areas of ransacking. So they determined that, just tentatively by looking at him, that he probably died at least or was partially killed by blunt force trauma from several blows to the head, although they also said his body was severely cut. Okay, now, they said the blood, we understand, started downstairs and came upstairs and was even in the shower where it looked like the perpetrator or perpetrators may have tried to wash themselves off.
Oh, they cleaned up, yeah.
Yeah, covered in blood. They said the trail of blood is present downstairs on the terrace, and the blood trail goes upstairs, goes into the bathroom, and in another room where it looks like Ted may have been trying to get away. So they're like, these clues don't help much.
Right.
They help show kind of what happened, maybe, possibly, but there's no clue to who did this at this point is the problem. So they said his body had multiple cuts. The coroner would determine that before Ted was fatally beaten, he'd been incapacitated by a stun gun. Several times. They can't figure out an exact time of death. They said he could have been killed as early as Saturday night or early Sunday morning, possibly. But his body is room temperature at this point, they said. The wounds, he had been struck 35 times with what the coroner said was either a baseball bat or a flashlight, and wounded several times by a stun gun. Neither weapon is in this house that they find.
Took him with him.
Took him with him. And it's so hard when you get to this. There are rumors flying around, and I haven't seen an actual autopsy report, and I couldn't find that. But there are rumors around that Ted had his dick cut off. That was one of the rumors. That was part of the many severe cuts that they were talking about. But I can't confirm that, so not sure. Later on, someone says that may have knowledge of it, so I kind of believe it. So they say, time of death is difficult. They said the house guest of an immediate neighbor recalled that on Sunday he was painting a watercolor by his host's back pond. This guy's got an easel set up out in the yard. Get the fuck out of here.
Just say I was painting. Just say I was painting a watercolor.
Oh, God, how rich are you?
Tell me what kind of paint it was.
Yeah, I don't need to know that. It was oil-based. Shut up.
I had a watercolor
How's that?
going.
He said he heard several cars crunching over the gravel in the driveway of Ted's driveway. So we don't know who that was or when. He just heard gravel crunching. Wasn't goodly enough to paint a picture of the car that he saw.
The watercolor was going to dry.
Had to do stuff, man. So they said whoever killed him, they think stole his underwear, his bed sheets, and a computer hard drive that controls the elaborate video security system. Bed sheets and underwear.
That's interesting.
Is a weird thieving. So I'll put it this way. This is crazy. In this town of East Hampton, this shit does not happen.
No.
Period.
Yeah.
And if it does, it is solved yesterday.
Right.
So the East Hampton mayor, Paul Rickenbach, used to be a cop. And he said that's the first murder they've had in 19 years there. Last one was in 1982, and not exactly a whodunit. A guy got shit-faced in a bar and picked a fight with some other guy who they got in a fight, and the other guy had a knife and stabbed him to death, which is
That's
A to B
yeah.
and cuffs, and there you go.
And he got his wife.
Yeah, there you go. And he said, "You're dating me now." Wow. So that was that. They said the only other murder in the village that they could remember was in the 70s when a reclusive gay guy who was a theatrical set designer died in a suspicious fire, and they wrote it off as an arson suicide.
Oh, my.
So, yeah, which is interesting. Now, the other thing, though, with Ted here, there's defensive wounds to the hands and arms. He's a big guy, too. He's going to fight back. And he also seemed to have severe cuts as well, like we said. They said, was it a knife or the edge of a weapon that's a blunt weapon that had an edge on it somewhere else? Blood had soaked into the rug, spattered on the walls everywhere. There's blood outside the bedroom, like we talked about, base of the stairs, the living room rug, and even out on the rear terrace as well. They said that the killer would have been covered in blood.
Absolutely.
Absolutely covered in blood, and that's why they said maybe they took a shower. So they said the plumber's traps and the drains are going to have to be open to search for those and do all of that to see if anybody washed there. Maybe they get hairs, something. They said the body was room temperature, so it likely occurred, the murder, sometime before it was discovered, because it's had time to cool down to room temperature. No murder weapon found on the scene. The area's got to be searched. They call out all the cops they can get to look all through the bushes, and the pond in the backyard is dredged and everything to look for anywhere where you would throw a weapon, just to get rid of it. There's no witnesses, obviously. They said an autopsy hopefully will narrow things down, but it's going to be hard. It's really hard to determine time of death. It really fucking is. So they said to the right of the living room fireplace stood a black wrought iron stand, your fireplace stuff.
With your scooper and your poker.
Hand irons and all that shit. So he said it was conspicuously empty. They said, where was the heavy metal poker and the shovel?
Both of them are gone.
That's the two you use the most.
Yeah.
You scoop the ashes out with the shovel. You got to move the poker around. I was just doing it last night.
Yeah.
They said, were one or both of them the murder weapons? Is there more than one murderer?
Yeah.
What the fuck? They have no answers. They go around to neighbors. They said that the one neighbor said they heard cars either coming or going, just crunching on gravel.
Cars, yeah.
He distinctly remembered the sound of tires crunching. They're like, okay, so a car was there yesterday. Great. That could have been literally anybody. Could have been delivery.
Could have been him.
It could have been anybody. Yeah. So they said no one, preliminary canvass of neighbors, no one heard anything or saw anything. One woman wondered how Ted could have been killed without any noise. She said, why didn't I hear the dogs barking?
Right.
Would have heard the dogs. Over the next couple days, as things happen in a small town, it just turns into little clues turn into rumors that turn into insane shit that they know what happened now. Oh, they solved it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aliens came down and sucked his dick off.
That's what it had. Ripped it right off from him. Now, the problem is the cops are saying nothing.
No?
So people have to make up their own shit, apparently, because they don't have any answers.
Yeah.
So they were saying that rumors are swirling. People are saying it's a crime of passion. Had to be somebody who he fucked that night. Yeah. Look at what happened, the dick thing and all that. They said, how could a stranger have entered his house without tripping the alarm system and pissing the dogs off? Yeah. So they said that, a police report they also found saying a naked man had been reported running down Middle Lane that weekend.
Oh.
Yeah. They said, that's it. So the people said, naked guy running down the street. He's in bed, naked, dick cut. He's a closet gay guy who hooked up with the wrong hustler.
And that guy took his dick.
Took his dick with him and stole and robbed him.
Took his
That's
underwear.
what happened. They said, yep, you got some rough trade.
The old
Take my
Dick's underwears and bedsheet murderer.
That's
that
it.
Guy.
That's all he wants.
It's a caper.
Well, you got to wrap the dick in something. So they said that, they said also a mile or so from the house is 2 Mile Hollow Beach, which is where gay dudes go to hook up.
Oh, for fuck's
That's the local hookup spot, he said. So, they go off into the dunes and blow each other. They said, and before long, that's what everybody said. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's gay, and it's all this big gay thing. So They said the problem is the strange events that had happened recently, the series of crimes by a local man, a naked man.
Yeah.
That's totally not connected to
Unrelated.
Ted. They said that he'd been exposing himself to women in the neighborhood, which doesn't line up with that. Also, they said he'd been in the vicinity of Wyborg Beach on foot and in a red car, flashing females, masturbating, and then running or driving away. But they said the naked criminal had been spotted 11 o'clock Friday morning.
Oh.
So he was gone
Long
before.
gone. Yeah.
Yeah, he was gone before Ted
Totally
was even
different day.
before Ted was even in town. So they go, that's not him. Him running down the street wasn't running away from Ted's.
Yeah.
Whatever. So Ted's friends said that that all seems like complete bullshit. They go, first of all, he wasn't gay that any of us knew of, number one, and just make that up and say that a guy killed him, and it's wild. One guy said that he'd always known Ted to be strongly, quote, even aggressively heterosexual. Even aggressively. If you got a vagina, his fingers go right toward it. It's just he's real aggressive with it.
Borderline rapist.
I mean,
call him.
honestly, he is.
What the fuck is that?
He's a little pushy with the ladies. He really, really likes it.
Aggressive heterosexual.
I mean, they said, anybody could have a life that nobody knows about. But they said the naked man apparently, like I said, but it was reported on Friday at 11 a.m. while Ted was still in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And at least one other occasion at a nearby beach, a man matching the naked man's description had exposed himself in other places. Okay. So doesn't work. And cops don't buy the gay theory as well. They said it seems much likelier that the murder had been committed directly or indirectly by someone that Ted had really had some intimate knowledge with, known for a long time. This is a crime of a lot of violence. Just robbing a guy.
Violent passion. It's not just passion. It's violent passion. And you don't get your dick cut off by just a rando.
Not usually. And like I said, that's if that happened for sure. Now, they said that also he's angered a lot of people in his life, being a cutthroat businessman, especially. Police try to talk to Danny and Generosa, obviously.
First.
They arrive at the Manhattan apartment where they lived. Danny told the investigators that they couldn't talk to Generosa because she didn't know Ted was dead. Well, we'd sure like to tell her.
Oh, don't ruin her day.
Don't ruin it. She's going to be all pissed off. And he explained Generosa's divorce lawyer had advised them to get criminal lawyers. And one of the detectives said, why would you need a criminal lawyer?
Right.
We're just trying to find out some background information to see if you know anybody that pissed off at
trying
Ted.
To solve a dead guy.
And they said, were you involved in the murder of Ted Ammon? And he said, no, I wasn't. And they said, what the fuck you need a lawyer for then? So, but rich people get lawyers for everything. Later on that day, Generosa went to Ted's apartment to get the kids who'd been dropped off there after school. Nobody knew. So they were with Ted's housekeeper, and Generosa told them that their father had died out at the beach house over the weekend. She said, quote, your father took too much medication and drank too much.
Why do you want to say that?
Later, when it became public, she told the kids, quote, maybe one of your father's boyfriends killed him.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, she loves poisoning this is after he put a satellite dish on a museum to spy on them. So the cops, knowing about the alarm system, it's called the Rapid Eye System. That's the system. So they contact a burglar alarm guy that knows about this shit and asked him, will you come to the scene and explain this shit to us? Because we don't know what we're looking at here. It's a new technology and everything. So they said there was a secret video surveillance system with each camera taking 1 frame per second on a 90-day loop. They said someone, even the killer, could be watching them at that very moment as they investigated the crime scene if everything was hooked up the right way.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is. So they said a police technical team shut off all the phone lines to the house just in case somebody had been surveilling this. They said that the Rapid Eye System was hidden behind a wall in the secret safe room under the eaves of the house. He told them that it worked off Ted's fax phone line. He offered to show them, but they wouldn't let him touch anything, obviously. So the detectives located the concealed door and entered the safe room.
Okay.
Inside, they had a Mad Hatter's tea party still set up from the daughter.
Oh.
Daddy-daughter tea party action here on a long table in the middle of the room. They said there was Monopoly money scattered all around, just games.
Fun.
Kid shit. They found piles of what looked like cotton candy on the floor.
Awesome.
Not so awesome. It's actually fiberglass insulation.
Oh, shit.
Oh, this is delicious. No, that's
don't eat that.
Owen Corning's fucking.
That's Pink Panther. Stop
Pink
eating
Panther killing shit here. This is bad. So, they said inside it had all been pulled out of the wall nearby. Not good. Inside the triangular hole where the rapid eye system had been, a bundle of black wires that had been connected to a power source and the cameras led off into the dark innards of the house. The video system had been ripped out and taken away. He said it was a good bet that the killer must have had inside knowledge that the system existed and know exactly where to find it.
To get it. Yeah.
A random robber would not know in a 7,000 square foot house how to find this fucking system and get it out of here.
It's by the Tea Party set. They always are.
It's always in there. It's a secret door.
Right.
You'd have to know where that is.
Right.
So they went back downstairs to talk to the guy again, and they said, "Who put the cameras in?" And he said that John, this is the electrician, said me, or the burglar alarm guy said me and a workman installed. And they said, well, who knew about the system? He said, me and one of my guys put it in. They said, well, who knew about the system? He said, me, my employee, Generosa, their lawyers, and Danny Pelosi.
Yeah.
That's who knows about it, which is interesting because Danny's friend had recommended this guy for the job of installing it, which is interesting. They said that also there's Stephen the butler, Bruce the cook. They'd been there during the installation and also had knowledge. And they said, did Danny know how to unplug the system? And he said, oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, he knew that. So the main hard drive of the spy system, this whole elaborate thing, could not be changed once the photos had been taken, they said, at least not without leaving a trace in the computer that erasures had occurred. Cameras could be shut off remotely using the laptops or one or all of them, camera-wise. But again, they said the main drive and the separate laptop hard drive would have a record of that.
Sure.
So that's what they need. But that hard drive has been taken. That's
gone.
the fucking problem. They said that the burglar guy said he'd never shown anyone how to shut off the cameras, though. He said if that hard drive was changed, it would have had a different serial number from the original. So you can check that. He said that meant they had to clear this guy, the burglar alarm guy, because he knew how to do all this shit. He had all the expertise, but he had no reason to, and he has an alibi, so it's not him. He said the system could also be foiled by someone with a working knowledge of electricity. Yeah. Like an electrician. Even an unlicensed one like dipshit Danny, which, by the way, he has no license.
He's not licensed to be an electrician.
He's a fucking idiot. He said you could pop the electrical meter outside the house before going in. The power cutoff would shut the system down, but there would be a record of a power interruption, then rebooting on the hard drive. Yeah. There'd be a time difference in the system clock. The difference between that and the actual time would reveal the length of any possible outage. Yep. Also, a burglar alarm keypad in Ted's room would have started beeping as soon as the power went out. It might have awakened him, so they didn't think the power went out. Okay. So no one turned the power out. Now, the funeral for him, more than 1,000 people attend Ted's funeral at the Alice Tully Hall, which is the home of jazz at Lincoln Center. Yep. Generosa's lawyer is also representing Danny, who refused to talk to the cops. They said they needed lawyers who specialize in representing people in this situation. This is a divorce lawyer they had before this. She said she didn't want to hire any big-name Manhattan people because she didn't trust them.
Yeah, and it's expensive.
Yeah. No, she didn't trust them. Money's no object here. You kidding me?
But it's his money.
We'll talk about that. Right. She said, I don't want anyone who has anything to do with the major law firms because they're all hooked in with each other. They're all in Ted's pocket.
Okay.
Ted's dead.
Yeah.
No more pockets anymore. His pockets are cremated.
They were burned up.
Yeah. So they hired Manhattan lawyer Mike Shaw, who had represented a woman who shot and killed her husband in 1996 while he slept in bed.
Oh, boy.
Oh, okay. He issues a statement where they deny everything. Now, Danny has to go to court to face charges of driving while intoxicated.
Nice.
Yeah, this is fucking fun. The DWI that he got, his car had been cited weaving on the road less than a mile from the middle lane house in the Hamptons at 3:43 a.m.
Almost 4 a.m.
At September 6th. Woo, hammered. Yeah. When he saw the lights flashing, he quickly pulled over and jumped in the back seat and pretended to be sleeping. And he's like, oh, what are you guys doing here? I pulled over to go to sleep in my car. I didn't pull over because you guys were pulling me over. Yeah. I'm tired. That's all. They said, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get out of the goddamn car. You crazy? Yeah. So they said that he failed several roadside sobriety tests, refused to take a breathalyzer, and they had to arrest him. So he's coming out of court for this, and one of the detectives says to his lawyer, tell him not to be afraid. We just want to ask him about the security system. And the lawyer declined to let Danny speak to the detectives about that. Okay. So where the fuck was he? Well, Danny tells people that he and his friend, Chris Perino, went out to buy beer in the early morning hours of October 21st, around the time when Ted was assumed to have been killed. Sure. So he said, yeah, I went out, but it was with my friend to buy beer. We didn't kill anybody. That's crazy. There was also, so that's his alibi. Generosa has an alibi as well. She's with the kids. So they don't know what to do with that. They also want to look at Ted's first wife, also his girlfriend that he's seeing now as well.
And any men around them.
Anybody that might be there. They said, though, but they particularly were focused on Danny because he's one of the few people who knew the code for the security system.
Right.
Others included Ted, Generosa, and some hired help. They said Mr. Pelosi, this is from the lawyer, absolutely denies any involvement in the murder. They also referred to his defense lawyer and say, if you want to fucking talk to him, you talk to them. There are other suspects.
Yeah.
There's a business partner, the guy, Mark, who chartered the helicopter.
What about the people from England that were suing the shit out of him?
Yeah, well, let's go down the list here. Here it goes. There's one executive at Ted's firm that had been fired after a dispute with Ted. The split was so acrimonious they had changed the office locks.
Oh, wow.
A second executive also had a falling out with Ted and would have to be checked out. A group of investors got burned when a stock that Ted recommended tanked about a year and a half before the murder. They lost millions and were pissed off at Ted. Millions is a reason to kill. A few in the group could not afford to lose what they had lost, so they really were fucked. He also had business disputes with several other people. He'd arranged to sell his home at 1125 Fifth Avenue for $9.5 million to a second bidder. When the first bidder tried to back out after the 9/11 attacks, Ted wouldn't let him, and according to their contract, Ted kept his $1 million non-refundable deposit.
Yeah.
Yikes. So the guy sued Ted. Is $1 million enough to kill over?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, people are killed for, we've had ones where someone got killed for $3.
For nothing, yeah.
So who knows? He's also battling the board on his Fifth Avenue co-op building, which is headed by actor Kevin Kline, by the way.
Is that right?
I love Kevin Kline.
Yeah.
He's one of the greatest actors. So funny,
Married
so
to Phoebe
likable.
Cates.
Yeah. He's getting that Fast Times at Ridgemont High poolside titty every night.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy. So I don't know if he's battling Kevin Kline's going after him or not. Apparently, Ted had sued them because they would not approve his sale to the second bidder. So who knows? Maybe Kevin Kline had him murdered. We don't know.
Watch out for Kevin.
Ammon's first wife, Randy, whom Generosa suspected of having an affair with Ted, had borrowed $1 million from him. Wow. If you could, that's an amicable divorce. If you can borrow $1 million from your ex, it's like the Money Pit storyline.
Yeah.
When fucking Diane from Cheers, Shelley Long borrows the money.
$1 million.
$1 million. Also, her second husband was Randy Day, the first wife's second husband, was a Greek shipping magnate who had his head blown off with a shotgun in July 1998 while they were in the middle of a nasty divorce.
She is a bad woman, maybe.
So they're like, that doesn't look good. This is a possible murder-suicide occurred while the husband was in Greece with his girlfriend with whom they had a child. He had a child. Now Randy Day, was in Connecticut at the time of the murder. Under the provisions of this guy's will, everything went to Day's son, but her alimony and expenses were cut off.
Ooh.
So they were saying, did they think maybe that Day, who's a banker, had taken out a murder contract on her estranged husband, and so she didn't have to pay back the $1 million. Yeah. Is that it? Also, there's the cars. There's an auto body shop, and on Monday morning, October 22nd, he saw a blue 1999 Audi when he came in to open his auto detailing shop. The keys had been dropped through the mail slot. He didn't even know whose car it was or what he was supposed to do with it. It didn't need any body work, and no one had made any arrangements to drop it off. So he asked his staff. Nobody knew. He did a license plate check to reveal that it was owned by Ted. So he said, I don't know. He just shrugged. The car had been left there Monday morning by Danny's nephew. by the way, that car is back in the driveway by the time the friends get there. There's a blue Audi back in the driveway. So Danny's nephew dropped this car off, then parked it back in the East Hampton driveway.
Fascinating.
It sat there for 2 days until the owner was informed that Danny wanted new brakes installed. He wanted it detailed inside and out and all that kind of thing. Washing and waxing, cleaning, vacuuming, shampooing the rugs, chemical treatment for vinyl surfaces.
A lot of work.
All sorts of shit.
Yeah.
The guy said it didn't even need new brakes, but he was asked to install a new set anyway. So he said, sure. Then he sent the car out for detailing. Also, he gave a taser stun gun to Tammy. Remember stun gun marks all over him? Danny did. He called his younger brother, Jim, who was an NYPD cop, and asked him if it was a violation of his probation to have a taser. He said, his brother said, they're going to violate you, stupid.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that's not good.
So Danny said, can you get rid of it for me? Because I don't want to carry it around if I get pulled over. So he said, yeah, I'll put it in the drop box at work. There's a box that the NYPD has where you can just drop any weapons, no questions asked. They run them for shit and then destroy them. So they called, Danny called his called his wife, Tammy, or ex-wife at the time, or whatever, who called the brother and asked him to come get the taser because she didn't want it around. Jim, the brother, picked it up and drove away with it. Okay. Now, the detectives at that point started questioning Danny's family. Danny offered to get his father and other family members lawyers. Several accepted the offer, but his father and several siblings said, I don't need a fucking lawyer for this. I don't know anything. So the next Saturday after the murder here, Danny took the kids, the twins, to go have some fun. So they drove into the city. Danny drove to the apartment of one of Generosa's lawyer and gave him a laptop computer on which he had watched Ted and his girlfriends at the beach house. This is evidence that he was doing shit at the beach house. After dropping off the computer, they went to Six Flags Great Adventure in Jersey, and the kids had fun. Now, after a week, the police are finished going through the beach house, and Generosa hired a cleaning company to replace all the rugs in the bedroom and living room that had sections cut up and removed. She was pissed at the $30,000 in damage done to her house. You bastards. So before the cleanup, Generosa and Danny's lawyers hired top private detectives and forensic investigators to come in and do their own investigation and do after crime scene photos. That investigation doesn't count for anything.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you have no standing there.
You're worried about pissing away $30,000. You're pissing away more now?
I can't go into a Taco Bell and go, I'm going to inspect your back for my inspection. Doesn't count for anything. I can't write you up a health code violation. Doesn't matter. So on November 6th, Danny had his first encounter with the press. He was driving Ted's station wagon from the beach house, and he went to check on a few things with Tammy and his kids. When he pulled into the driveway and got out of the car, a reporter called, "Hey, Danny." And Danny turned, so the reporter knew it's Danny.
Yeah.
So he said, I want to talk to you. And he said, "Did you kill Ted Ammon?" And Danny smirked and said, "Call my lawyer."
Oh, that's not a yes or a no.
I'm in the press, not the cops.
Right.
That just means I'm going to put in the paper, you said, call my lawyer, which is bad.
That's not good.
So the reporter had gotten the license plate of the vehicle, which was still registered to Ted. So the next day, the newspaper headline was, "Other man drives dead mogul's car."
And says, call my lawyer.
Call my lawyer. Then the will comes in.
Oh.
Okay. Ted had never changed his fucking will since 1995. He was going to change it after the divorce was final. Never got a chance to change his will. Generosa inherits $81 million.
Oh, my God.
$81 million.
Everything.
Everything. All the property, all the stocks, all the cash,
Whoa.
81 million fucking dollars.
Nothing to the kids. Everything to her.
Yeah, literally. Well, no, I guess it's all financial assets.
Yeah.
There's a tax-exempt gift of $675,000 to his kids, which that's all that tax trust shit. And all the personal property and effects go to her, though. The will was dated August 22nd, 1995.
Oh, boy.
Throughout the whole year-long proceeding, he never had it rewritten because the divorce papers hadn't been signed, and she was his lawful wife. Still, the entire estate passes to her tax-free.
Wow.
Because they're still married, so she technically owned it.
Yeah.
So she gets all of it.
You've been pissing away your own money, you dumb shit.
Yep, $80 million. And also, after all these interviews, the detectives learned that Danny had Ted's cars all cleaned after the murder.
Huh.
That was suspicious because you could erase, trace
Fingerprints,
evidence
anything,
and shit like that. Their suspicions were deepened when they heard about a supposed red stain on the passenger side rug of the car that was cleaned and a bad smell.
Yeah.
Could it have been blood? They don't know. So they approached the guy at the shop that does all that and asked him about the cars. And he said that there was a red stain. He thought that when he heard all of this, the red stain and all this, the guy was putting it all together, and he said, "Holy shit, Danny did this."
Yeah.
He said if the cops are right, his shop had been part of this cover up,
and he was clean blood.
He was used to cover up a murder, and he was pissed off. They asked who had done the detailing, and he gave the name of the place. He told them that he didn't notice any stain on the rug, but he might have missed it. I wasn't looking for that. Sure. He said he told me, this is the guy at the shop said about Danny, he told me when this guy was killed, he was at a wedding. Then he told the detective something else. He said, Danny told me that he heard the man was hit in one room and found in another room. Mm-hmm. He said there was a lamp missing, and they thought the lamp was the thing that was used. They were like, how the fuck would he know that?
Yeah, why do you know that?
So when asked for the exact words he heard, this guy said that Danny said, quote, allegedly he was bashed in the head, murdered, and dragged into another room. Mm-hmm. They said they noticed that this guy said he noticed that Danny had prefaced his remarks by saying that the private detectives that they had hired had told him this. Oh. So they might know police people to be able to get into the report. Sure. So, because most of those guys are ex-cops. Mm-hmm. So they said that he said that Danny had asked him if he could fly him out of the country, but he told him that it was just a joke. He was talking about this guy. They asked this cleaning guy, this car guy, if he'd be willing to testify before a grand jury. He said, yeah, sure. He said that he told Danny then that the cops had been around asking questions about him and his cars. And Danny said, yeah, I get it all the time. He said, just told this guy to tell the truth and give them whatever they want. I got nothing to hide.
All right.
Which is the right way to do it. Investigators spoke to the man who said they saw two men leaving Ted's property on Sunday afternoon after the murder. They said, was it Danny and a friend of his? Who was it? The detectives showed the witness a photo array which included a picture of Danny, but he didn't pick out anybody. Oh. He said, I can't pick any of these people out for sure. A lady Danny knew well said, basically tried to extort him. She said, I want money to not tell my story. Give me $10,000 or I'll go to the New York Post and say you did it. Danny replied, suck my dick, get the fuck out of here. Okay. So Danny told her he didn't kill anybody and the cops would never believe her. And he told her that they would see it for what it was, extortion. So she said, how about $1,000?
I need $1,000.
And he said, I'm not paying you a dime. She said, well, could you lend me $380 for my car payment?
What?
That is a real switch. Now, J.P. Morgan Chase. This is interesting. A petition is filed by J.P. Morgan Chase, the bank's as a co-executor with Generosa of the will. Under normal circumstances, the bank would simply facilitate the transfer of a deceased's estate to his spouse as the will directs. However, this is a little different. After stating that Ted's estate totaled $81.4 million.
Now there's suspicion.
Wow. Yeah. Investments and partnerships, $30.5 million in real estate, $22 million in cash, $14.5 million in other investments, $10 million in securities brokerage accounts, $2.4 million personal and household effects, $1 million in artwork, $1 million that the bank noted that a homicide investigation was pending and that no assets were to be transferred until it was concluded. They also requested to be named sole executor, the bank did. Mm-hmm. They said the bank has decided Generoso said the bank has decided to take sides here, which is very unusual. So they filed a petition to have her remain as co-executor, yada, yada, yada. Her advisor said because the bank is hostile, Mrs. Ammon is getting no money. She's out borrowing money. She was getting $50,000 a month in basic expenses from the Supreme Court. The court was entertaining a request to provide a lot more to complete the construction of her new home. She's not a money person. She's just had no money to pay basic obligations for her family. The hostility of the bank in this regard is just horrendous.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what they did. But anyway, she ends up getting the money.
$1 million.
Now, the detectives said they were close to solving the murder, seemingly. They told the advisor that they're closing doors and said, quote, I think the person or persons who killed Ted will either prove to be an enraged creditor or an enraged boyfriend. That's what Generosa's advisor told her. Now, it's interesting. The only reason this guy suspects the boyfriend angle is because of what Generosa told him. Generosa had said that in the last couple months together, Ted became impotent with her, and that was unusual. He clearly appeared to be losing affection.
Yeah.
So that means he's gay now.
He's not interested in pussy anymore.
That means he just didn't find a piece of ass he liked better. That means
it's not possible that
don't
my
have a
behavior
penis.
made his penis soft.
no. And he's been able to get it up for 20 years before this, but now all of a sudden he's so overwhelmingly gay in his mid-40s, he can't help it.
Couldn't possibly be that I'm
or 50, 52 years old. Yeah. Other people just all of a sudden, I can't get hard with a woman, and only guys. I'm 52. So then they're in England at one point, and an English reporter knocked on the door of the manor house, and Danny answered and said, get the fuck off my property now. Just go away. So the headline on the story over there was, he's the Lord of the Manor.
It's evidently his property now, guys.
Wow. He said, we want to calm down for the kids. The bottom line is bad press. It was coming to the kids and had a large emotional impact. There were horrible things written about their father, and they were bullied at school because of that. That's why we relocated. Generosa said she wants to move on with her life, but she's still mourning her ex-husband. She's been under a lot of stress lately. That is. Yeah, and they said, are you a suspect? And Danny said, I wouldn't be here now if any of that were true.
Right.
They wouldn't let me go to England if I was a suspect for murder. Meanwhile, their lawyers had decided to cooperate more with the murder investigation and advised them to do the same.
Yeah.
So listen, if you want to clear your name, you have to do something.
You got to talk to him.
They said you got to provide fingerprints and DNA samples and shit like that. So they did that. They did all the DNA shit. Lab tests isolated Generosa's and Danny's DNA configurations, and they're compared to shit from the house. But they lived there every other weekend.
So there's going to be DNA everywhere.
Their DNA's all over the place. So there's traces everywhere. Usually they left one of their fingerprints. They said unless somebody left their fingerprint in Ted's blood, none of this shit matters. Fingerprints or DNA doesn't matter because it's all everywhere. Yeah. They had isolated several fingerprints and one blood sample in the mansion that matched neither Generosa nor Danny's, nor any of the samples people who had known access to the home had as well.
Yeah.
They said, is that the blood of the killer injured during the murder, or in the many guests and parties they've had at this house, did somebody cut themselves one time?
Sure.
Who knows? Danny told the reporter, here's a headline for you. The DNA does not equal DAN.
Danny.
Me.
Nice job, Dan.
God, he's a moron. He said,
I can spell 3-letter words.
Good God, I'll rearrange them too because I'm smart. People have some other DNA in the mix and it isn't me. The big picture's far away from me. I would look at me if I were the police, and anyone reading the papers would look at me, but enough already.
Yeah.
That's good. And then they said he called, no more suspicion of me. And he's, by the way, this is coming out of court, and he had a suit and tie on. He ripped the tie off and said, I'm blue collar. This isn't me.
Okay.
You know. So January 2002, Generosa and Daniel get married.
Hey,
look at this.
Yeah.
Half-hour ceremony at Queensborough Hall.
Nice.
They then went to the estate in England. By the way, 22-room, 17-acre estate.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So then he had to come back,
17 acres of England?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Wow.
Danny had to come back because he's got some driving under the influence charges,
right.
and he's got to serve 4 months in jail for that.
That snooze in the back seat cost him 4 months?
Little bit. Danny, by the way, still banging his ex-wife when he comes back to the States. Yeah, why not? Tammy has a weird soft spot for him.
Yeah, she does.
So now they keep going back to the security system. Mm-hmm. They said they found out through investigation that Pelosi hired a contractor to install the surveillance system that we talked about before. He was the guy doing it. The system allowed them to watch whatever was going on inside the house, even private moments, by logging on to any remote laptop. Wow. They said if they were like in a hotel on vacation, in a plane, anywhere they would like, they could look at that. Yeah. So they were like, did they see Ted was at home and knew to go make a move? Because they didn't know he was going to be out there even. Danny's cop brother, Jim. Remember him? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, the Suffolk County Homicide Squad and NYPD Internal Affairs Bureau detectives stopped by Jim's precinct to have a little chit-chat with him.
Sure.
He said, my brother might be a fuck-up, but he's not a murderer. Okay. But they told him that Danny had bought a taser, ordered a second taser, and had tested one of them out on a construction worker that he knew.
Right.
Tasers had serial numbers just like guns and could be traced. They told Jim that Ted's body bore stun gun burns on the skin, evenly spaced, round red burns like the marks of a vampire. Mm-hmm. Then the detectives said another thing. They said the probes on the taser model Danny had were the same exact distance apart as the double marks on Ted's skin in autopsy photos. So, now Jim had been asked to get rid of a taser. Do you remember that? Drop it in the box. Jim didn't mention that at this point.
Uh-oh,
He's
Jim.
withholding some shit.
You're gonna lose your job, motherfucker.
As they ticked off the version of their case against Danny and all this type of shit, they kept saying the stun gun's missing. This is not good. Now, Danny had this system installed and all that, so Jim called Danny after all this and said, we got to talk.
Yeah.
Either your alibi's full of shit or they're full of shit. Somebody's full of shit. He said, I don't believe you're a murderer, but maybe I'm wrong. He's thinking in his head. So there's rumors circulating. Danny denied the rumors and said he only had one stun gun, not two. Mm-hmm. He said, even if Danny was innocent, Jim might be charged with destruction of evidence and his career could be over. He could go to jail for this shit.
Lose his pension.
Yeah. They said if the stun gun had been destroyed, it would look like Danny, and he destroyed it because it was used in a murder.
Exactly.
So Jim was kind of fucked here. He didn't want to hurt his brother, but he also didn't want to lose his house. So Jim drove to Long Island, called Danny, and arrived outside the murder house where Danny was supervising a crew of workmen who were cleaning up the mansion. He told Danny he wanted to talk to him, and he said, this is serious. It could cost me my job. And Jim said, get in the fucking car. Yeah. They drove to a beach and parked, and they got out and walked. And he said, Danny, you've got nothing to worry about with the fucking taser, have you?
Yeah.
And he said, I got nothing to worry about, Danny said. So Jim said, I'm going to ask you something, and I want you to tell me the truth. Did you do this? Did you stun Ted? And he said, what the fuck are you talking about? And Jim said, the detectives were in my office with my sergeant. You get it? Like, this is bad.
They're dead serious.
He said the detectives told him the marks from Ted's body from the stun gun were the same stun gun you had. Not cool. Mm-hmm. And he said, I don't care. It wasn't from my gun. I swear on my kids. Mm-hmm. So Jim said, yo, if you did this, come clean, get it off your chest, and at least I'll bring you in.
Yeah, and I'll be the hero.
At least I'll look like a decent guy, and you don't have somebody will drag you in there and treat you like shit. So Danny said, what are you, fucking nuts? And he said, you'd rather bring me in than he said, you'd rather have me bring you in than the detectives bring you in. And he said, Jim, I didn't do this. This is crazy. So they're arguing out on the beach. He told Danny the detectives also told him that the taser came with 3 dart cartridges, and there were only 2 with the one that Jim had taken from Danny's house. Where's the third? Danny denied that he had fired one of the cartridges into Ted. He said, but there's 3 darts, Danny. Where's the third dart?
Yeah.
And he said, it wasn't there. Maybe the guy I got it from must have used it. Okay, this is looking ugly now. He said, you're a fucking liar, Danny. They're going to fucking have it. This is the thing. He said and Danny said, the dart cartridge wasn't there when I got the gun. And he said, you better hope to God, Jim says, if you did it, let me arrest you. Mm-hmm. He said, I didn't do it. He said, you dropped it in the box at the precinct, didn't you? And Jim said, never mind where it is.
Jim.
So Danny wondered whether Jim still had the taser, and if he did, what the fuck's he going to do with it?
Yeah.
So the next Thursday, Jim played golf with his father before going to work, and he told his father he'd been about to be made detective when Danny's stun gun mess came up, and now he feared that he'll never get the detective shield.
Never going to be a detective.
So he was afraid that the best that could happen was he'd remained, a fucking
cop,
a beat cop.
Yeah, right.
He said, Dad, I'm afraid I'm going to lose my job over this. And his dad said, don't worry, even if you do lose your job, we'll set you up in business and all that. And he said, no, I wanted to be a cop. That's what I'm doing.
I like my job.
He said, if I find out Danny did this, I'm taking him in. Mm-hmm. So early 2003, Generosa is diagnosed with breast cancer.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. It's not good.
No?
It's bad. It's metastasizing and in bad shape.
Oh, it is stage 4.
Just like her mother.
She's in
aggressive.
Trouble. It's going to go brain.
And this is at the same time her and Danny's relationship are falling apart.
Uh-huh.
She's on pain medication all the time, and also she's drinking.
Oh, no.
And, she said she was telling the kids, we're not going to have any money for food this winter.
Winter. You
Weird
got
shit.
$80 million.
Weird shit like that. They said she just started smoking twice as many cigarettes because she
Wow.
didn't care anymore. She
Yeah.
thought she was fucked. Danny brought his lawyer home and introduced him to Generosa, and he politely said, "How do you do?"
Yeah.
And she said, "How the fuck do you think I do?" And then said, "I hate lawyers. I hate bankers. Get him out of here."
All right.
Later on, she warmed up to that guy and appreciated his manners, but she's always on pills and booze, and she's a mess at this point. She's even meaner.
She snaps all the time.
Oh, she snaps. She sometimes hallucinates.
Oh, yeah.
One night, she saw a ghost and grabbed a butcher's knife from the kitchen counter to defend herself and was stabbing the air,
Oh, my.
saying, quote, "Ted, you fuck," while she did it. Ted was haunting her. Danny said, "Honey, it's me." And she said, "Get away from me." And Danny said, "Okay." And then she sobbed and said, "You've ruined my fucking life," and slashed Danny with a butcher knife.
Oh, Jesus.
So that is wild. Then she said she was sorry, and I don't see the ghost anymore, and I feel okay now.
Oh, no.
And he wouldn't go to the hospital because he knew the press would find out about it, and it would look terrible that his crazy wife stabbed him. Now there's also a nanny. Now, not what you think. Danny ain't banging the nanny. The nanny hates Danny.
Really?
Oh, yeah. She did not like Danny. She said, quote, "Danny came from a bad gene pool." She criticized him for his crudeness, his gambling, his womanizing, all this shit. She knew that Danny's past, and she said she's making this poor cancerous woman feel bad here. Then she said she was relaxing with her friend at one point. She had referred to Danny as shady a whole bunch of times. She's hanging out with her friend, and she said, quote, "Danny told me that he killed Ted."
What?
The nanny said. She said that Danny confessed that he had sneaked into the beach house, put down a plastic sheet in the living room, beaten Ted to death, then cut off his penis.
Really?
Yeah. They said, "Well, why would Danny tell you that he killed Ted?" And she said, "He would never be that stupid to make a statement like that. Do you actually believe he killed Ted?" And she said, "No." And they said, "Well, why would he tell you he did it if he didn't do it? Nobody in their right mind would make a statement like that." "I don't think so. No, I don't think he would ever tell you that. You can sit here and say that you think he killed Ted, but, you know."
The penis thing is weird.
Yeah, it's real weird. July 2003, Generosa dies.
Gone.
Dead already. Quick.
2 years.
Not even. 6 months.
No, I mean 2 years from him being
Yeah,
dead.
yeah.
Whoa.
It's wild. Now, she had updated her will. She left Pelosi, Danny, $2 million, and the rest of her money at this point, more than $30 million, because there was like $20 million in fees and all the other shit, to the twins.
Great.
Yeah, so that is...
Oh, he's going to be pissed.
Oh, he's a little upset.
Yeah.
He immediately after she's cremated, he takes her ashes to the Stanhope Hotel bar, where he ordered her favorite drink, a Cosmo, and toasted the ashes with a beer and chatted with a New York Post reporter.
Okay.
He said, "I'm not saying I'm the most normal guy in the world. I do spontaneous, wacky things. My wife had just died. I'm not entitled to be a little wacky."
You're drinking with ashes.
Inappropriate. Also, he's contesting her will in court.
Of course he is.
He should get more.
He's going to try to fight the money from the children. That's fucked up.
He's also fucking up.
Yeah?
He's been in and out of court for drunken driving. He's been jailed for 4 months. He also faces charges of illegal billing for electrical work. And they claim that he had rigged an illegal meter bypass at his house with Tammy and had been stealing electricity since 1996.
Uh-oh.
Whoops.
Yeah.
By the way, Aunt Sandy, Ted's sister, she wants custody of the kids. She lives in Alabama down there. She wants the kids to come down there. Her husband's a doctor. They have 3 grown
They're doing
children.
fine. They don't need the money, but whatever.
They'll keep an eye on and make sure nobody fucks over these kids. You know what I mean? Now that Generosa's dead, people start to come forward. They were terrified of her.
Yeah?
Her death sparked floodgates open of people willing to talk to investigators now. Multiple people come forward claiming that Daniel confessed to killing Ted to them.
Really?
Multiple people. Yeah, he denies it, but no, they said that's what it happened.
All these people were afraid of her and him that they'd kill him too.
Several witnesses said Daniel had bragged about the murder to them, and even those people are even willing to testify. Even his own father is willing to talk to the cops and testify against him. They're like, holy shit. His father told the cops how his son had called him asking him how to dispose of something so that it wouldn't be found on the night of the murder.
What the fuck?
Yeah. A coworker testified that Danny had told him a year earlier about his plans to get Ted's money by romancing the wife and then killing him.
What? Whose idea was this?
Pelosi told the guy, quote, "I'll bash in his brains while he's sleeping.
And cut his dick off.
Cut his dick off. Take it with me."
Wow.
Now, the police go start arresting people. They arrest Danny's friend, Chris Perino, who we should have had more time to talk about him. He gets surrounded by cops as he drives away from his home, saying, we're taking you in for murder. And he's like, what the fuck? And they're like, well, come on in. You're going to talk to us. I guess they told Danny that he blabbed about the killing in jail, which was not true. But they said basically, Danny already told us that he did it.
Yeah.
So they told him, your life is over, man.
Yeah.
We know you're involved in it. And he said, no, I didn't do anything. I gave a written statement and all this type of shit. But they said, you know what you did. Mm-hmm. You know what you fucking did.
And Chris told him what happened.
You got ratted out.
Yeah.
Danny's pal Alex, a 40-year-old electrical worker, also was taken in at gunpoint. He told the police that in a signed statement from he was told that police had a signed statement from Danny's sister that Alex had been captured on the video system at the beach house peeking on Ted the weekend of the murder.
Sure.
So Alex said, nobody told you that because it didn't happen. Right. So he said, bullshit. So they said, all right, we tried it. They rounded up a real estate friend. He had nothing. Nobody cracked, basically, out of these people. Nobody. But he's the suspect. There's a surveillance, obviously the system of surveillance cameras through there that he was able to access remotely. He's the only one, basically, he's the only one where all of these factors could do this and has the physical capability to commit the murder. He said, on the night of the murder, the panel concealing the system was pried open, hard drive removed, never recovered. Yeah. Now, Danny said he drove out to his sister's house that night to leave a laptop with her so that she could access the remote cameras. He said he arrived at 1:20, accessed the security system for about 16 minutes. According to the prosecution later, Chris Perino met him there, drove him in the 1999 Audi there, and that his sister told the cops she had hugged Danny on his way out and felt a gun under his jacket, essentially, something hard, a hard object under his jacket. Perino later on will admit to disposing of the leather jacket.
Why?
With blood on it.
Yeah. That
he was wearing, because Danny had a new leather jacket after that weekend. Interesting. And that's the Audi that was detailed and shampooed. 2003, he gives an interview to ABC News. Danny does. Yeah. He says, I did not murder Ted Ammon. He said, I've been trying to scream it since day one. No, I did not murder Ted Ammon. If I knew who did, I probably wouldn't be sitting here. He said, I went from a guy who walked into an electrical job to becoming the boss. I thought I hit the lotto. I really did. Fucking mook. All right.
Why does he talk to the news about it?
February 27th, 2004, he is charged with first-degree assault for punching a man on a boat in Maui.
He's in Maui.
He's on a cruise, and a crew member decided to stop serving alcohol to a woman he was with aboard the Maui Princess. Yeah. Crew members were helping passengers board the shuttle to take them somewhere else when Pelosi grabbed this guy by the neck, complained about the alcohol decision. This guy pushed him away, so Danny punched him in the face. This guy was treated for facial fractures. Danny is ordered to stay away from alcohol until his assault trial begins here.
He hit him hard.
He hit him real hard. They even gave him till Monday to dispose of any alcohol in his home, and saying at one point that he could tell by Danny's body language that he did not agree with the condition.
He's drunk.
Danny said, it's sad the prosecution in the state of Maui is working with the prosecution in the state of New York. State of Maui.
He's a genius.
God, he's a fucking dummy.
I bet he builds cabinets upside down.
Oh, you know it. Upside down goes. It's all. Actually, this guy knows how
it's all backward.
He can install security systems that are complicated. He's way smarter than both of us.
State of Maui.
State of Maui. March 24th, 2004, they arrest him.
Yeah.
He is going to be taken in on the murder charge at this point. He surrenders. They told him, they called his lawyer and all that kind of thing. A grand jury returned an indictment.
Here we go.
Single charge of murder in the second degree. He pleads not guilty, is held without bail. They said the killer applied a stun gun to the victim's back and neck. The fatal assault inflicted defensive injuries in the form of fractures to his hands, arms, and other places. He also suffered fractured ribs, punctured lungs, 30 blows to the head.
Ooh.
They said that the defendant had purchased, meaning Danny, numerous stun guns before the murder. After the slaying, he made statements implicating himself as well as others in the killing. On the night of the murder, the defendant had the capability to look inside the house for 21 minutes at approximately 2 o'clock in the morning. He was the only one who knew how to unplug the secret surveillance system that spied on Ted, and one of the few who knew it existed behind the wall.
Right.
The Rapid Eye unit was hidden within the recesses of that home in a location that was known to very few people outside of the installers. Only individuals that were aware of the location of that hard drive unit, as well as the power source, which was a simple plug, was Daniel Pelosi. After the killing, the unit with its hard drive containing thousands of photos was removed from the mansion, a key piece of evidence that strongly points to the guilt of Daniel Pelosi.
Right.
So they said that that's what they think. They said they said that Danny cared more about his freedom than his money, since it wasn't his, they talk about here. And he said the prosecutor said it's not his hard-earned money. It's really the money of the victim who he's accused of murdering. His defense says they had a weak case, circumstantial. Right. The lawyers are going to fight here about this. Pelosi saying he knew about the system, but his attorneys deny widely published reports that he installed it, because we know he was just in on the installation. Sure. They said the reason it took 9 months to bring him in is because the defense in every step of the grand jury investigation obstructed in any way they could, because it's been with the grand jury for 9 months to get this. So the defense attorney says the case is weak. He says when a prosecutor walks into court and said, we've been investigating this case for 2.5 years, grand jury investigations for 9 months, and we have 51 witnesses, you know what that means. They have a circumstantial evidence case, and I suggest it's a weak circumstantial evidence case. Nothing about fingerprints, nothing about DNA, nothing about hair samples. They claim a stun gun was used. So pre-trial, Pelosi is engaged again.
Is that right?
Danny's got another lady,
God,
and
he's good.
He is having a kid with her.
She's pregnant.
Oh, he knocked her up good.
Dang.
Yeah. So before this trial starts here, this is fucking crazy. Apparently, they're accusing him of threatening the lead prosecutor's children and tampering with a juror. And admitting to the crime. The prosecutor said, I don't have to have a defendant threaten my own children. So now he faces additional charges of attempting to intimidate and tamper with a prosecution witness. Right. And they said there's also evidence that he made efforts to reach out to a juror.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Alexa, the daughter, said, I don't know how Mr. Pelosi lives with himself after what he has done to our family.
Honestly.
I hope he rots away in jail.
Atta girl.
No shit. Trial comes up. Prosecution poses him as a hard-drinking, hard-gambling, hard-luck thug who had romanced Mrs. Ammon.
Hard fucking.
Yeah. Put some cancer in you. The lead prosecutor scowled at Pelosi and called him a sadist who enjoyed beating Ted to death. She said, this is not a whodunit. It was that man. Points to him. That's how it goes. Now, the defense said, this is bullshit, basically. The police, Pelosi maintains his innocence. There's a million other suspects. They don't have any evidence. Give me a break. At one point, the defendant's lawyer here said that the Pelosi family believed that Generosa cast a mystical spell that caused the death of somebody.
Dang.
So that's just all these stun guns and
just
wounds.
From spells?
It's a mystical spell. The defense began a Generosa could have done it strategy. That's their whole thing. So they said that they had an uncollected hair visible in crime scene photos that could have been left by a gay lover of Ted's. That's where that hair came from. Jurors learned later that the hair was not collected according to police reports because it was determined that the hair was actually growing from Ted's body.
There's a hair here. It's
not
attached.
His lover. So his own father testifies against him. He recalled talking with his son at a wedding on October 21st, the day after. They think that afternoon after the night he was beaten to death. And Daniel had asked him if someone wanted to get rid of something, what could you do? So later, the father asked what happened to that stuff he'd wanted to be rid of, and he said that he told him a friend took care of it. Throughout the testimony, Daniel sat stone-faced at the table, whispering and writing notes. He wouldn't look at his father, even when his father called out, "I love you, Danny, whether you know it or not."
Whether you did it or not.
Your own fucking good.
Yeah.
So he said, Danny disappointed me. He disgraced the name Pelosi, a very proud name. He said the tension between the father and son boiled over when his lawyer, Danny's lawyer, accused Dad of breaking his son's nose. And he said, "What?" He said, he looked over at his son and he said, "Shame on you. I broke your nose."
I punched you in the face.
Fucking break your nose. Yeah. He said that Danny's face reddened and said, "You couldn't." And his father said, "What does that mean? The fucking challenge? You want me to come down there and break your fucking nose? I will. Get over here."
I'm your father.
And Danny said, "You know what I mean." So this was a big stir in the courtroom. The judge had to stop them, and like the bailiffs came out and everything else and said, "We're not going to have you two fight in court."
Conflict in here?
His sister said that he'd driven from the city to Long Island that night to retrieve items from her house, and that's the only reason he was there. He said he returned between 3 and 4 a.m. Danny testifies.
Yeah.
He said, yes, he did recently buy 2 taser guns. He used them on his workmen.
Okay.
As an initiation to their working for him. It's hazing.
I buy $800 pieces of equipment to make you earn your job.
He said he hadn't tasered Ted, though. Right. It was just a coincidence that the taser marks were on Ted's body. He said also Ted was found naked. What does that have to do with me? Nothing. So who cares? Now, during the trial coverage, the New York Times reported that the prosecutors had no eyewitnesses, no damning physical evidence, and no confessions to the police to tie Pelosi to the death. Okay. They said 3 people did, however, testify that Mr. Pelosi told them that he had committed the murder. Prosecutors offered no evidence during the trial to place Mr. Pelosi in the East Hampton house on the night of the murder. 3 days of deliberations. Yeah. Long deliberations.
You got to think about this.
And they finally come back with a verdict of guilty of second-degree murder.
Okay.
So during sentencing, Pelosi's lawyer told the court that he was not in a position to ask for leniency for an innocent man.
Yeah.
And that's it. So Daniel's going to talk now. And he said to the kids, he turns to the kids and says, "You know how Mom was. You all know the truth here. It will all come out." Meaning your mother did this. Come on. He called himself in court, quote, this is during his sentencing for murder, a victim of the media and circumstance. Holy shit.
And circumstance.
Then he said to the kids, "I never lied to you. I'm telling you to your face I didn't kill your father. I'd say I'm sorry, but I did nothing to be sorry for."
Whoa.
He said, "I feel the jury made an error. I did not kill your father. I've been the victim here of media and circumstance. I will not until the day I die stop fighting to prove my innocence." Well, you got some time now and lots of free time. You, sir, may fuck off maximum of 25 to life. He gets, that's the max sentence. April 2005, he also pleads guilty to save his wife Tammy some trouble. This is also his fiance because they're in trouble. One's in trouble for helping witness intimidation and the other's in trouble for stealing electricity.
Yeah.
So he says, if I plead guilty to both these things, leave them alone. And they said, okay, fine. 2005, there's a movie.
Tammy doesn't know that she didn't have an electric bill for fucking 12 years.
Yeah, she didn't know what was going on. So 2005, there's a movie called Murder in the Hamptons there. That's how that goes. The ex-wife, Tammy, said, "I just cried when I saw that movie. They made me out to be trailer trash." Trailer trash.
Tammy.
Yeah,
it's easy.
Tammy from 2006, Chris Perino, his buddy, admits to disposing of the jacket and pleads guilty to obstructing an investigation and is sentenced to 6 months in prison.
Ooh, Chris.
He said that he'd gone to Middle Lane where Danny came out of the house, quote, disheveled and had blood on him, some of which got on the car. He said, "I asked him what happened, and Danny said, I had a fight with Ted, and I think he's dead." That's it.
What the fuck, Chris?
And he said that's when he had the Audi's interior. Yep. 2006, wrongful death suit against him.
Yeah.
The administrators of Ted's estate obtain a $46.7 million unlawful wrongful death suit against him.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that money, but that's fine. But eventually, his home is seized when they stop making mortgage payments on it. His home is seized, the one with his wife in Long Island, and they sold it off, and they eventually got a $143,000 surplus that they gave to the kids.
Okay.
So the kids get that from him. That's how that goes. 2009, Daniel's ex writes a book. Tammy writes a book.
Yeah?
I Am Not Trailer Trash, it's called. No.
It's called Don't Live in a Trailer.
Yep. She said that during this whole thing, press were all over her. She said they were in front of my house. They were at my job. They followed me in the car, so I hid. I did a lot of hiding. And, she said no one cared about Tammy or what was going on at the time. They just wanted more dirt on Danny.
Nobody cares about Tammy.
Nobody cares about Tammy. It's called Pennies from an Angel, Innocent Lives Behind a Crime.
Jesus.
I didn't do anything, and I'm not trailer trash. Oh, man, that's fucking funny. She says also, they say, well, why did you stay with this guy?
Yeah.
And she said that it was part of an addiction problem she had.
Oh.
She said, he was my addiction. Some people choose cocaine or alcohol, but Danny Pelosi was my drug of choice.
That devil dick.
Wow.
There's a lot of people that
choice.
say that that's a thing.
That's a thing, yeah. 2011, Danny, all class as usual.
Yeah.
He was placed in solitary confinement for 50 days in September 2005, 3 months after he was put in here, after a correction officer witnessed his inappropriate conduct in the visiting area of the Clinton Correctional Facility in upstate New York. He was probably getting fucking jerked off under the table. In August 2008, he was placed in solitary for 6 months for using other inmates' PINs to place unauthorized phone calls, stealing from them. And then in May 2009, he served 30 days in confinement again for phone misuse, which is fun here.
He's a scumbag.
Back in solitary confinement now for making threatening phone calls to an unidentified woman. Wow, that is crazy. I apparently called this woman from Elmira and left a voicemail threatening her and telling her, this is the last vacation you'll ever take. I'm sending some people over to your home.
No, you're not.
He admitted he made the phone call. As a result, he was sentenced to disciplinary confinement for 23 hours a day and no longer allowed to make phone calls or receive packages.
Take that.
Also, no more commissary purchase privileges. Got to eat the shit food from the jail. So he was placed constantly. He's in trouble in there. 2012, Greg, the one kid, brought out a documentary in 2012 about this whole thing.
Sure.
And the Alexa also studied film and graduated from USC in 2017.
Wow.
2013, that's when the kids finally get the $143,000 for the foreclosure.
Yeah.
They owe him. He owes them like $47 million.
Yeah. They should just blow it on like a cruise.
That'd be great. Just piss it away. Have a party.
Rent the whole boat. Don't let anybody on it.
So, yeah. As of 2015, Danny was incarcerated in Greenhaven, which is not far from where we sit now. And that's where my mother worked when I was a kid.
Shit.
I visited Greenhaven. It was terrifying. Not eligible for parole till 2031, which is pretty fucking close.
That's way too close.
He says in a 2020 interview, bottom line is I did not kill Ted Ammon. Generosa did not kill Ted Ammon. She had him killed.
Oh.
Yeah. Generosa wanted revenge, he says. She wanted revenge because of that baby. That wasn't his, remember?
Right.
She went berserk, out of this world insane, white hatred psycho killer. So she says that Generosa came up to him and his crew while they were renovating the townhouse and offered $50,000 to anyone who would beat her husband up. Several men said, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Bunch of fucking electricians. And he said, I got regular guys working for me. $50,000 to go throw somebody a beating? I'm sorry. Everyone was interested in the job. Okay. He said Chris Perino took him up on it. He said,
he's going to throw Chris under the bus.
Yeah. Yep. He said, Pelosi said, because he didn't want that to happen, he said he volunteered Danny to beat Ted up himself, saving his girlfriend time and money. He said, but she stopped him because he was on probation for DWI. He said, I was going to get a year in jail for smacking this guy in the face. It was guaranteed that he was going to call the cops, and that's why Generosa stopped me. So then they said that Chris met with Generosa without even Danny's knowledge, behind my back. And he said that they were going, we'll keep this away from Danny, huh? Because Danny's going to have a shit fit when he finds out about this. That's at least self-explanatory, because if you tune up Ted, they're coming for me. Pelosi said he transferred the balance of Perino's payment from Generosa to Perino after the attack. He said, I'm not innocent in the things that happened after the murder. That's why I never told my story. but now he is.
So he's saying Chris, he paid Chris for this?
He helped. Yeah, Generosa made it all, but he just paid him the money after that he was promised.
You're guilty too.
Perino completely denies that and said he came out of the house covered in blood and I helped him do the car thing and get rid of his jacket. 2015, he wants a new trial.
Really?
Absolutely. He's appealing for bullshit, basically. What is it? The defendant's contention that certain allegedly improper conduct by the prosecutor during his cross-examination of him and throughout her summation had the cumulative effect of depriving him of his right to a fair trial. They said that's not.
She was too good. It's not fair.
Not fair. She had all this evidence. She was asking me shit, and I was answering. She can't be that mean to me when I'm answering stuff. 2017, the kids list the house for sale.
Yeah.
Originally listed at $12.7 million, went to $11.7 million, and finally sold for, I believe, they listed it again for $10.995 million. It rents for $250,000 a summer.
Wow.
3 months, $250,000.
What the fuck?
Yep. They said that they weren't ready to sell it when other people wanted to
So
buy it.
they're renting it?
No. They said that had been being rented up until now. He said 50% of the people would rule out buying it just because of the history of the place.
Yeah.
Some people wouldn't even go inside of the place.
Is that right?
They said somebody ended up getting an incredible deal on the house, $8.35 million, which is a steal and a bargain for that house. And they said the buyer was one of several tenants that fell in love with the house while they were there. They want to gut and renovate the house and start anew.
She's going to be furious.
Again. Greg also has access to the Big Flower brand and was operating an apparel and a shop that was in the East Hamptons as well that's closed down.
Yeah.
There we have 2021, Greg in a social media post says, since your murder, talking about his dad, the lines in the story have been drawn, twisted, and manipulated. Fingers have been pointed, narratives have been formulated, and confusion forced, while judgments have been quickly passed. To most, our story has already ended, or they haven't even, or they aren't aware of a beginning. The groundwork of your legacy was set in glass, not stone. I will break through it and shine light on your truths.
Smart kid.
October 2023, Danny says he's innocent and he can prove it.
Yeah.
Piers Morgan, he tells.
Oh.
He said, I didn't do it. I did not do this murder. I did not kill Ted Ammon. Ted fathered a child, and Generosa had received DNA results that was Ted's child, and that was the straw that broke her back. We don't even think that's true.
That's not true.
She said she'd be in a conversation with people saying, I'm going to kill that son of a bitch. And goes on and on and on. By the way, 2023, there's a new festival, the Hamptons Whodunit Festival. It's called like the Ted Ammon Whodunit Festival.
What?
It's for Hampton Mystery and Crime Festival they have now.
That's fucked up.
That's
we know
an interesting
whodunit.
thing. Weird. Yep. And then you got the $1 Million Murder. Sources for this, by the way, Vanity Fair, Murder in East Hampton by Michael Schneerson. That had a lot of good investigative reporting. And the book is Almost Paradise, the murder of multimillionaire Ted Ammon in the Hamptons, America's playground for the rich and famous.
Yeah.
Shorten your title,
Yeah.
Kieran Crowley. Either way, there you go. There is the goddamn story.
Wow.
That is crazy. We got to bust through the end because we are running super late. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com is where you go for everything. Philly has a couple tickets left in December. Virtual live show Thursday, October 30th, available for 2 weeks after that. Get it right now. Anywhere in the world with internet, you can do it. There's so much fun, just like a live show.
So fun.
Get in there and do that for sure. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com. Again, I said that. We are at Small Town Murder on Instagram, at Small Town Pod on Facebook. Certainly get Patreon, patreon.com/crime in sports. Huge episode of back 300 plus bonus episodes you get immediately upon subscription. Anybody $5 a month or above. New ones every other week. We got one Crime and Sports, one Small Town Murder. You get it all. You get all the shows we make ad free, and you get a shout out. Jimmy, hit me with the names of the people who need to be shouted out and who would never kill us in our beds. Hit me with them right now.
This week's executive producers are Kip, Kristen, and Jamie, who don't want us to forget about Julie Berjaker, who she passed away a couple weeks ago.
That's sad. We're sorry.
She was a wonderful gal, and we've met her before. And
and
she was in the hospital when we were in Grand Rapids. Yeah. She didn't make it. It's too bad. She lost the battle. But we'll never forget her for her valiant effort. Wonderful woman.
For sure.
Other executive producers. Corporal Carl Kirshner is back. Do you remember him?
There he is.
What a guy.
Indeed.
Gary
Kirshner.
Yeah. Gary Howard is in Edwardsville, Illinois.
I'm sorry, Gary.
Yeah, and then
Good to see you.
the Shathasta? Shathasta? The Shasta?
I think Jimmy's just bit his tongue real
Yeah.
hard. He's trying to.
And that's
really
her first name. And then Shathestathisha Smith.
Oh, Smith. Jones. Doe.
Thank you, guys. You're the best.
Thank you.
Other
You
producers
really
this
are.
week, Liz Vasquez, Peyton Meadows, Ryan Bender, Happy Hour in Memphis. Checking in
Hey.
Memphis. Careful out there. Janice Hill,
Yeah.
Amanda
Hey, thank you, Janice.
Alverson.
Hey,
Putt
thank
Putt
you.
Bam. Put Bam. I think it's supposed to be Putt Putt Bam, but you put one T. That is Put.
That's put.
Yeah. Rebecca Kennedy, Camille Vegas, Man Smoon. What is that? Man's Moon?
I don't know. That sounds like a storm.
Yeah.
Is it a monsoon? It's a mansmoom.
Or a big ass with a very short butt
Ooh.
crack. Irene
Yeah.
Castillo, Devin
Not good.
Graham, Clinton Persinger, Zendro would know last name, Helen's mom, Danielle Bush, or
Speaking of, your ass crack tells you how big your ass should be, by the way. It's
Is
a
that what
guide
it
to
is?
exactly how big it should. I don't know. I think
Oh.
so.
I'll bet you're right.
I think it's. That would be
I
just
bet you're
off
right.
the top of my head. It's
Have
like,
a
that's
look
about
see
how
at
big-
it and then
Yeah.
be like, I got work to do. If it's
Yeah,
smaller
exactly. I don't know
than. Or
why that
bigger
is,
than, you
sorry.
got work to do too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, either one. Jeez, I got to put some ass on me. God damn. Eat some more cheeseburgers. Fuck.
Danielle Bush, I don't know if that's ownership or not. Troy Beerbins, Blurbins. Wyatt Sheldon, Alexis Kaiser, Sherry Rushing, David Brucker, Kyles Wilson, Kyles plural, Valerie Ryman,
Kyles, all the
Ryman,
Kyles.
Subtle T, 3 Owls, not just 2, Nancy Berling, Josh would know last name, Emily Silva Knox, Darnell Swallow. I don't know if that's an
I'll
order.
leave that alone.
So Young Jung, Albert Lucas, Crystal Jackson, Megan Peterson, Tortelvis, Jason Ulrich, Caroline Russell, Dana Isaminger, Kimmin Wilson. It's probably just Kim Wilson. I'm sorry.
Probably,
The N
but-
is right next to the M.
We can't help it.
Laura C. Yucky Bacala. I don't know what that is. Bacala. Yucky Bacala. Alexis
Bacala.
Jones. Drew would know last name. Bailey Commons. Camines. Whitney Painter. Eric Willoughby. Curtis Hardin. Patrick Murphy, Michael Mara, Amber Withy, Jim Landrum, Kylie Tabor, Aileen
One of
McGar, Carrie Ann Ray, Stephanie Blanco, Camilla Hamilton, Dorsey, Allie King, Brittany Secord, not second. It's an N instead of an R. Oh, wait. Secord, Madison would know last name. Terry Wolf, Chris would know last name. Samurai Spiros, Ryan Huff,
Oh.
Mark Allen, Jay Cohorst, Kaylee Mortal, Ben Atkinson, Misty Frazier Wasala, Lewis Cook, Dave Gilfert. Yep, Michelle Waters, Jennifer Blanken, Eddie Fogel, Edie Fogel. That's not Eddie. That's one D.
Edie.
That's Edie. Alan Rutledge, D and T. This show, 2 letters, D and T. Tammy would know last name. Rory Peterson, Barbara Myers, Christy Shipman, I shipped my pants. Candy Homan, December Hansen, Melissa Crane, Robert DeGroot, Paula would know last name, Emily Merling, Joshua Ratcliffe, Cam would know last name, Mojo would know last name, Ashley Spawn Rath, Pocahontas 802, Melissa Linthicum, Nick Anstead, Jenny John Tony. What? Jen John Tony. Three
Jenny
words
Tony
right
has
there.
done it again. Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, Krista Rumage, Jamie Rosa, Amanda would know last name. Amanda C. Also,
You got to roll your R.
Rumage.
There you go. Now you got it.
Clifton Clendenin. That's 2 N's. Danielle Hilton. Jeffrey Perkins, Eon would know last name. Matt Freeman, Chad Phillips. I worked really hard at Spanish, and I still don't know any of it, but I can roll the R's. Dave Livesey, Katie Katz, Josh White, Brianna Collar, Brian Carr. Oh, 2 names that sound very similar, entirely different people. Ash B, Kelly Moeller, Micah James, Clarissa Fleming, L. Ryden.
Explaining it all.
Yeah, she is doing her damnedest. Megan Sear, Benjamin would know last name. Madeline Taylor, Rebecca Murray, Jen Sullivan, Joseph Brown, All rise. The Honorable Gina Breen, Allison with no last name, Robin Balda, Jack with no last name, Laura Hyatt, Tyla Ames, Serena Jean, Jada Genist, Genist, Mead.
I'm the Adgainist.
Jada Gainist. She's so gain. Mead, 65, Jane Olson, and then also all of our patrons. Those people, don't forget them. They're the most amazing. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, everybody. You wonderful, fantastic, goddamn bastards. All that you do for us. We really do appreciate it. You want to follow us on social media, shutupandgivememurder.com. We'll take you wherever you want to go. Keep doing that. Keep coming back. And until next week, everybody, it's been our pleasure.
Bye.